Okay, all right. Okay, so how's it going, everybody? For those watching right now, I'm waiting for people to come in here. So while we're waiting for that, I guess the first thing to talk about here is some sort of a little bit of like a to kind of warm up the stream here. So, those children, those poor kids who lost their lives in Camp Mystic because of the floods in Texas, and they were just kind of swept away by these massive floods, biblical floods in Texas. And the reasonable thing is like hearts and prayers. The reasonable thing is, my heart goes out to them. The reasonable thing is to feel bad about that, right? The unreasonable thing is for this woman to be a total bee about it, be a queen bee of the bees, and just make it a race issue. And you already know it's a black woman doing this. It's a black woman who's making it a race issue. And let's get into this here. This Sade Perkins is her name. Sade Perkins decides, like, you know what? She's going to go out there and give her take, which is this take here. And I guess, hold on. I'm going to show you this, right? And, let's just play it. Let's just play it.
There's people in it. Oh my God, there's so many people in it.
I know I'm probably going to get canceled for this, but Camp Mystic is a whites-only girls Christian camp.
A white-only girls Christian camp. A white-only. Okay, let's let her keep on digging.
They don't even have a token Asian. They don't.
Oh, wait, token Asian? Do we need to find a token Asian? I can find a token Asian. Let's see. This is images from Camp Mystic from their website. I spy with my little eye. I think that might be a token Asian. Yeah, she might be kind of like Filipino. I don't know, but kind of dark there. Okay, let's play some more. Let's play some more of this here.
They don't have a token black person. It is
token black person. Well, as we saw here, there's a black chick there with a hat. You got this black girl there with them. I guess some blacks are allowed, huh? And this chick has kind of darker skin. Oh, hey, you got a black. You got a. I'm guessing he's a counselor there, like a head counselor guy over there. Okay, Camp Mystic. So definitely not the white supremacist camp that this bee totally wants it to be. Like, honestly, what this woman is doing is very sick and distasteful. And what she's doing is it happened here. Okay, it got people riled up here over here on X, on Twitter, right? People were like, want to do a whole thing to cancel her, and that's going to take care of itself. When you say something stupid like that, people are going to lash back, and it is what it is. What happens. Yeah, I mean that's that. But the reason she's saying this is because she wants the attention. Like she wants this whole thing to happen.
Is a all white only conservative Christian camp. If you ain't white, you ain't right, you ain't getting in, you ain't going.
That's right.
Period.
Huh? So how does this black girl get in there?
That context needs to be said in this matter. It's not to say that we don't want the girls to be found, whatever girls that are missing or whatever right now. But you best believe, especially in today's political climate, if this were a group of Hispanic girls, especially with them being in East Texas, it should be most likely Hispanic. If this were a group of Hispanic girls out there, this would not be getting this type of coverage that they're getting.
It would get the coverage. It definitely would get the coverage. What are you talking about? You had you have minorities at this camp and it's getting the coverage. This woman is just like, there's like hatred in her heart. Like she's a piece of crap at the core, and she wants to make it this like race issue, and it's just so dumb. And like, she knows it's the most outrageous sort of thing to say. Does she really believe what she's saying there about the race thing? Well, I mean, she's married to a white dude, okay? She's married to a white dude who's like this reverend. Let's see if I can find out. I know I saved that thing right here. This guy right here, to Colin Bosson. That's who she's married to. A reverend of some sort of Unitarian church. So when those like, oh yeah, we're gonna be super progressive, all the way progressive, everyone's gay, and Jesus loves all the gays, sort of church there. Okay, so she's married to that dude. Okay, You know, so she has no problem taking like the white D on a daily basis. I don't know if she's really getting the D from this guy. Okay, I don't know if she is, but she has no problem doing that. But she's doing here, she's trying to cook up some crazy thing to say to get the outrage. Obviously, she's gonna get the outrage. You know, it's gonna happen because it's like a really dumb thing to say, and really without any research. Like, all you have to do is go to their website, look a little bit more, and you'll see that, oh, wait, this racist camp that you say Camp Mystic is this racist camp, but they have a black chick right there. They have like this black woman here. There's some other race here. All right, there's different shades of a skin tone I'm seeing there. So yeah, it's not like this. It's not anything close to what she's trying to describe it to be. I mean, she's trying to make it sound like it's some sort of Hitler youth camp or something. No, not at all. So I wanted to shut that out there. I'll talk about that a little bit there. Okay, before we get into the main stuff, which, I mean, this channel isn't really about this sort of content, but it's crap, man. While on the topic, I guess I'll play the rest of this and play her follow-up.
No one would give a fuck, and all these white people, the parents of these little girls, would be saying things like they need to be deported, they shouldn't have been here in the first place, and yada yada yada. So before y'all come at me, before y'all start leaving hate comments on my page about, oh, these are just kids and they don't know no better, the parents of these children who are choosing, and it is a choice in 2025, it is definitely a freaking choice to go into East goddamn Texas and to make a all-white enclave.
Totally ignorant about what's happening here. She has no idea what she's talking about.
Exclusionary just for...
She's trying so hard to just make this like divisive as possible. Look at this. Oh, an opportunity to grift on this. How can we make some bucks off of like the race hatred? How can we do that? You know, that's what it's about. Because eyes go on her, and I mean, she should be selling something. You know, they all sell something.
White people, with all the black people in East Texas, with all the Hispanic people in East Texas, somehow, some way, you have carved out an all-white, whites-only enclave.
Whites only enclave. Okay, all right. Yeah. Okay. So she had a response to that.
Again, you've done nothing but make your fingers sore. And y'all caught the fucking news on me. I wasn't gonna post anymore, but I think it's really funny how my little voice and my little 7,000 followers has garnered enough attention to where y'all want me to make a public statement. And I gave one. I definitely gave one. Wouldn't have been my first time having a news interview. If you look up my name, and I'm sure y'all have seen it, I have, tons of news articles written about me and the work that I've done. So, okay. She asked me for a statement. I gave her one. And I told her what it was.
She loves this. She wants this attention.
And I think that this is like, on one hand, it's definitely funny because I'm over here kikiing for sure. But do not negate the fact, all right? These are white people using their white power, all right, to try to bring me down.
You are, you want to make it race? You want to make it racial? You're just some black bitch who's trying to make it racist. That's what you're trying to do. You're the one that's making it racist. You're the one who's making a race thing, okay? You're the one who's doing that. And you're a black bitch who sucks a white cock doing that. I'm sorry. Like, the nice language is done. Like she... Yeah. So yeah. I think we're done. I think we're done with this part. But anyway, how's it going, Fed of Southern? There's a few areas that we can go into here. First and foremost, well, there's the thing that happened on Ruby's stream last night. That was pretty wild. But to repeat that. Hey, Ray Sachs, how's it going? I do want to show off some artwork, though, for sure. While we have time here. I don't know if you've seen this already. It's pretty cool. Very cool indeed. Let's get a big... Yeah, here we go. Yeah, this looks great. Hell to the key. Shout out to Stinky Brew. Shout out to Stinky Brew for the artwork right there. Yeah, he's the one who made that. Oh, yeah. What's this about? This is about the dude, King, discount Vin Diesel, telling a story about he punched his woman and punched her teeth out. He didn't deny the story. He tried to explain the story to where he sounded like the good guy. But it's hard to make that happen. The only way that could possibly happen is if, like, the chick was attacking you with, like, a chainsaw or something, you know? And then I would understand. You know, if the chick was attacking you with, like, a baseball bat that had nails in it, like it's some sort of back. What am I saying? Bat. Anyway. If she was coming at you with that, I would understand then if you just punched her in the face. I would totally understand, and I think most people would understand. But you're talking about, like, just a meth head flailing her arms around. Like, just catch her noodly arms. That's what you do. You don't, if you hit them, like, you're going to be in all sorts of trouble. You just catch their arms. You twist it a bit. You put it behind them. It's a hold, yeah. But you just tell them to knock the shit out, and then you leave because here's the thing: if you know from experience, if every time you tell a woman to calm down, they don't calm down. Okay. But fed up Southern girl, is it the right thing to do? Just punch him right in the face. He said the girl's teeth fell up real easy because of meth, and he had to take a guilty plea. That's right. He's the victim of the meth. Was it his meth that she was using? I mean, honestly, if she's high on meth, if she's using meth, then he's using meth. Okay. One thing I learned from working for Child Protective Services: if someone in the household's using, they're probably all using. Okay. Like, if the mom and the dad are there, and someone's like, "Oh, I don't use, he uses." Well, you're taking a drug test too. I better not be a hair follicle. Oh yeah, it's gonna be. It's gonna be. Actually, what I used to do is not even tell them. No, they'll find out right then and there. It's hair follicle? Yep, it's hair follicle. For sure it is. Oh, man, it's yeah, I know. So what do you got to say now? I know you use. If you're living with someone or you're sharing space with someone and they're using, you're probably using too. Unless you're like unless like the dude's parents. But even then they're probably using. Is that safe to say? You know, it's a crazy world out there. And I think this sector, it like attracts these weird characters. I'm going to tell you something. You're probably not going to believe it. But I'm a bit of a Boy Scout. Never been arrested. Never been to jail. At all, ever. The worst thing I think I've ever done was speed. I think that is it. Clean record. You know, at this point, it sounds like I'm like the odd one here. And maybe I should do a crime. So yeah, shout out to Stinky Brew for the art. It looks very cool. Hell to the king. I like that. So on that topic, I mean, we can go back and hear that there a little bit. King's talking about punching the woman in the face. I wasn't planning on covering this. Because you know, it was already on Ruby's, and I'm sure everyone has watched it. But here we are. We're gonna do this here. All right, let's put it on the screen. It was Sunday, right? It was that one.
Selves with ratchet ass women.
Okay, let me put it on the screen here, and let me get to, because there's this account that was on there with the letter E. I'm not sure who this person is. Okay, there's a lot of people I don't even know who they are. Okay, I probably never know. All right, she's on here to get into it, and we're just gonna enjoy this moment. The other things I plan on covering here tonight, is Boogie proposing to Desi. That happens. And then they talk about it a little bit more here. And then also, the Thorps get banned from politics and religion. They get banned from that Discord. So I'll plan on covering that as well. So those are the things. Those are the topics here. That's what we're getting into. All right, let's go ahead and do this.
Peace out. And he admitted to that. Like, he said all these things I know about him. Like, I'm not a creepy internet stalker. This is just shit I've heard from him going on people's panels.
Back up, but just a little bit. I'm going to get it right when she appears. Right when. About here. Okay. All right, here we go. Hope you guys are cozy.
And I'm just some piece of shit, and I'm a swindler or some shit. Right, Virginie? Or Virgin, whatever her name is.
We can get
so all you ladies can go ahead and say all the bullshit that you want to say. We can do this.
Welcome, Envy Girls.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, am I echoing or?
A little bit.
No, it sounds
it's
good.
crackling.
And Tommy, please do not talk over or yell over.
I don't.
Oh,
You know,
he has, and I have like
Yeah.
proof of this too. Like, it's not. No, real quick, because I am on vacation, I'm about to go to dinner, but my problem with King is I met him was up on HFF panel, like talking.
For some reason, hearing this again for like I think the third time, like her voice sounds more crackly now than ever. No, I listen. Yeah, wow.
With them, you know, their whole drama and shit. And King's like yelling over me, like same thing he kind of did with the Ben Thorp thing, like saying, "Oh yeah, Ben, you're right," or whatever. And then I get down because I wouldn't cam up, and he's like, "Oh, you're ugly," whatever. I get down and he's like, "Oh, she sounded hot. Like, you should DM me this and that." And then seeing King on different panels, he's admitted to punching a girl out, like her teeth out. Sure. He's admitted to
punching the teeth out of a woman, and he does admit that. He doesn't deny it.
Crashing into a bunch of cars.
Yeah.
He literally came up on HFF's panel and was like, "Oh, I just got off probation, celebrating with a beer, just got off from alcohol shit." You don't want to talk about people's families and stuff, but he's gone in depth to the point where it's like, all I'm going to say about that is like deadbeat situation.
Sure.
And then he follows me around, or like maybe not follows me around, but I see him in other chat.
Well, color me surprised that he would be a deadbeat dad. Another deadbeat dad in this sector. And, I mean, the other joke, the obvious joke is, I think Fed Up Southern Girl can complete that joke.
Chats, and he's like, "Oh, why can't we be friends? Like, why can't?" I'm like, "Just leave me alone, bro. Like, you constantly bother this shit out of me. You know what I mean?" And then he's like, "I don't yell over women." Like, right now he's not gonna do it, but before with Dan and shit all the time would just like rag on me and shit. So that's my issue with him. But I don't got an issue with you or whatever. But yeah, it's just like he's just spinning bullshit because he likes you guys. But that's what he does. He like the attention from Ben, so he's like spinning bullshit there, like saying, "Oh, Ben, yeah, like Ruby deserved it and shit." Like, that's just who he is, like just a little snake, you know?
Okay, but
I heard that about King. I heard that he's kind of snaky like that. All right.
you
But yeah,
understand
that's all I gotta say.
he's a meth addict, right? You understand.
Yeah.
No, I
You
never
gotta
said he
remember
was a
that.
meth
So,
addict or nothing. I said
no,
that he
you
was an
don't have
alcoholic deadbeat. And I
yeah.
said he punched somebody's teeth out.
Mhm.
And he
Okay, hold
admitted
on.
to that. Like, he said
Listen.
all these things I know about him. Like, I'm not a creepy internet stalker. This is just shit I've heard from him going on people's panels.
Yeah,
Like,
but
especially when he's been drinking and he admits it. And he's not denying it right now. And that's crazy to me. Like, I would never associate with a guy who put their hands on a female to the point where they punch their teeth out. Like, that is disgusting, crazy. And he
Well, hold on, Envy. The meth kind of did part of the job there, okay?
comments at me like, why can't we just be friends? Why can't we
Mhm.
squash the beef? I'm like, no, like, you're a straight up abuser, dude. Like, and you yell over women to control the conversation. I don't play that shit. Just leave me alone. That's it. You
I know,
know?
but all I'm trying to say is, every girl, you understand what you're dealing with, right? You understand you're dealing with an alcoholic meth addict. So
So that's interesting, Southern Girl. So so TK is an alcoholic meth addict. We know that he is. So we know that he's going to be. He might have like a what? There might be like a, I guess, with the capacity for violence. Is that what we're saying? Yeah. I mean, I would expect that. I would expect an alcoholic meth head to be violent, unpredictable. I definitely would.
you have to put that into perspective, that that's who you're dealing with.
Well, I'm not going to be nice. It's not like that's not my problem. Just because you do drugs and you fuck your life up doesn't mean you're not a piece of shit. Like, the drugs didn't make you a piece of shit. Like, you kind of chose a life path and
Right. Yeah.
acted accordingly. Like, I know people who've had their issues. I bet any of y'all, if you've had your issues, you didn't get to that point.
Mhm.
Punching somebody's teeth out of their face. That's crazy.
Miss.
Like,
I
I
love
know
that you're
meth
doing this. I
heads.
love
I
that you're
know
doing this.
alcoholics.
Okay. King first does try to kind of sort of deny. Sort of. Just hear this out.
And they don't do that shit. So I'm not
So
trying to ruin your
we get it.
stream
We get
or
it. We
like,
get it. No, you're not ruining anything. The funny part is, you know that these people that we're on
like
all on
railroaded
stream
or
with
whatever.
right now have known me longer than you, and I've never acted. Everything that you're saying kind of comes off a bit like.
No, did you admit to? Wait a minute,
For sure,
King.
for
Did
sure,
you
it
admit
all
to
happened.
punching a girl
Oh
in
my
the
gosh.
teeth like that?
I
Did you admit to that?
What had happened was it got weird. Sometimes you got to throw a right cross all the way across your vehicle, and you get out your vehicle, and things happen.
What?
Things can happen.
Okay, well that's a little nuts. I didn't know that about you.
No, that's fine.
Yeah. So I
Yeah.
don't like spread lies or nothing, and I'm not a creeper looking at people's shit. Like, this is.
So he doesn't deny it. He said that sometimes that happens. I mean, sometimes you just hit a woman in the face. Like, like what is? Like, I can think of a few people who do that, and they're all shitbags. Ethan Ralph, Ben Thorp, this guy here. I'll go ahead and say now, since the elephant in the room, I know about Tropic. I know about NoFap Gamer. But he denied, and we don't have a conviction. If that changes, I'll be like, man, that was bullshit what you did. And he would probably say, yeah, it was. Hey, I'm fair. I'm fair. Probably more fair than than some of you guys would be. You know, if something comes out about someone like that, it's like, okay, yeah, you know, it is what it is. Just admit to it, you know. Just be honest. Just be honest. Ray Sachs says case is completely dismissed, and I don't have anything that says contrary to that. You know, It was a great mugshot. I did say that. The mugshot, I mean, it was. I'm not hitting on the guy or anything, but it was not the worst mugshot. It almost looked like a glamour shot, honestly. It just seemed like it didn't look bad. And normally they have like horrible lighting to make you look like you're, like a drug fiend or something. Hold on. I don't know. I've never really had that experience because I've never been arrested. I've never had a mugshot. I don't have a mugshot. I'm a good boy. Okay, I only act like a shock jock on the internet, whatever. It's like I'm a good boy here. Oh no, there's no VC right now. Not right now.
It's just stuff I've heard because like he kind of like is in the same kind of people I'm interested in watching stream.
Mhm.
And when he gets drunk, his mouth gets going and he starts telling shit about his life. There's a lot more I could say, but I respect the fact that Ruby doesn't want to bring people's families or personal lives into it, but he has brought his own personal life, and I know a lot more just by listening to the shit he says. So I just don't want nothing to do with him, and he comes in the comments and is like,
Never once have I talked to
why
you.
can't we be
Eric
cool?
Eric W, you're talking.
I'll put it in the
overdoing
Discord.
it.
You literally talked to me in the chat tonight trying to hit on me again.
That was a
Like, I just asked you to leave me alone. Oh, it's just a joke. It's just a
What?
joke. Unless I said
That's
yes,
fine.
then you be in my DMs.
No,
So just leave me alone, bro. I don't want nothing to do
That's
with you.
fine. I love that you got your shine tonight, and this is a fun thing.
Okay.
And I am encouraging
I appreciate it.
But fucking A, woman, I'm online way more than just tonight. If you think I do this all the time, give me a break. It does sound a little weird.
I mean, I really don't care, bro.
Do it all the time. Do you like panels and stuff? That's what I know of King. He's always on panels and stuff, right?
Like,
that's
they
fine,
wanted
bro.
to know what the drama was, so I came up here.
What do
I
you
was
mean? You
not
act
trying
like
to
you're
railroad
brand
the
new.
stream. I don't care.
You act like you're
I was
brand
just
new.
explaining it
was
to
a
them.
fucking
That's it.
joke. With either way, I'm careless.
Ray Sachs, be careful. You only beat the case for now. But Detective fed up Southern girls on the case now, okay? I'll be on to you.
But yeah, I gotta go, guys. I'm sorry. I just want to explain
Thanks
it
for
to you.
coming out.
I
Cool.
got dinner at 7, so I gotta get going. But y'all have a good rest of the night.
You too.
I like your streams. Be
What do you guys have for dinner, huh? What do you guys have for dinner? Grilled chicken, green beans, and some onions. I chopped up some onions to put in the pan with the chicken there, some garlic. Yeah. It tasted really, really good. All that together there. Anyway.
safe. Have a good evening.
All right, you too. Enjoy your vacation.
Thank God.
All right.
Okay,
TK,
so what I did is I tried to fucking put my face in her ass. I tried to put my face in her ass. Did you hear her voice? Did you guys hear her?
He tried to put his face in her ass? No, don't do that. That's how you get, I don't know if you know, that's how you get pink eye.
Voice at least?
So what? Why did you punch a bitch out?
Oh my. Okay, so what happened was this, right? No, so have you ever been dating a tweaker? Okay, and you guys know.
I've never been dating a tweaker. I didn't know anything about tweakers, so I started working for Child Protective Services. Then I learned a lot about tweakers. Yeah, I was like, oh man. Okay. Anyway,
Know about, if anybody talks about me, they know drugs are a thing. Correct? Correct, or am I wrong? I'm right. We can either walk down this path. We can walk down this.
Using meth?
We can walk down this path, or we do
He's
not
an
have to walk down
active
this path.
user. Yes, he's an active user.
he's an active user. Oh man, see, that's not cool, man. Nope. What is wrong with this sector? Why does it attract us like? Oh, why is everyone like a lot of people? Most people are like effed up in some way, dude. What is this? What's going on?
No, I'd love whatever you guys want to think. So this woman,
We've got a penis in the back. Get out of here.
Jesus.
No. Help. Help. Stay forever.
Peter Reno is 100% right. I definitely will not do that. The number one thing is this: is a good friend always came around. She came around. Exactly. Thank you, CG. So me hitting a girl is fucking retarded. Then giving her a ride home, fucking shit got weird, and I have warrants for unpaid bills, right? Or unpaid fucking when you get in trouble and you don't pay your bills. And
Warrants for unpaid bills. The police aren't going to arrest you if you don't pay your bills. But if you don't pay your fines, they will arrest you. What does he mean by unpaid bills? Like speeding tickets? What does he call them? Bills? Speeding tickets, toll tickets, whatever. Like violations, citations. Yeah. You got to pay those things. Those aren't bills, man. Like he gets citations so often. Like it's just another day. It's just another bill. It's just a stack of it, Wow. Okay. And remember, in the beginning of this, I don't know if you caught it. He's like, she was good. We're friends. But then things were getting weird in the car. Okay.
I wasn't. It just turned into a thing. And that's all it is.
It turned into a thing, and then that's what it is. He had to punch her in the face. And her teeth fell out. So they were friendly. Things were cool at first. Then it turned into a thing, and then that's how it is. And somehow having warrants out for his arrest. So, you have some pieces there to try to complete this puzzle. There's going to be a lot of speculation as to what went down in that car. I'm going to leave that to y'all.
Already got the paperwork.
That's a whole lot of bullshit coming out of your mouth to answer the simple question. Did you hit a bitch across her face and her teeth or not? Like, that's literally all.
Well, he already said yes. I know it's a long story and it's easy to not pay attention to it because this is my third time listening to this, and I just now actually paid attention to a stupid story. Before streaming this, I had no idea what a story was, and I heard it twice before. Okay? Because I just heard it as a bunch of BS and was just like, yes or no, did he do it? But he did.
You have to answer yes or no. And see, you've taken several seconds to answer that, so that answers my question.
Oh, silence!
Wow,
that's fine.
Well, okay, so we're punching bitches. The teeth are falling out. What year? How?
And later he copes and acts like, oh yeah, he was busy, he was distracted, just at that one particular moment. That's cute.
How long ago is this? Is this the old king of many years ago, or is this a recent occasion?
See, the pause. The pause is
that pause might be a meth hit, honestly.
Are you actively punching someone in the teeth right now? Like, are you busy punching bitches? Like, what's going on?
He's doing a line or whatever they do with meth. They smoke it away.
Oh,
he's taking a hit. I don't know what he's doing, but so, Tropic, what's happening with you, bud? I want to know that you're chugging something.
Not much. I have to go out and do some shit in a little bit.
What do you have to
I'm
do?
just waiting for the rain to stop. Buy drugs.
Yeah, so for some reason, TK just takes a long break at that one particular moment. What do you guys think was happening in that moment? I mean, it could have been smoking some crystal. It could have been.
Drugs.
What? Dude, so much for the addiction and recovery channel. We're just doing meth.
They want to
Yeah, addiction recovery channel. You got TK, who's an active meth user. Dude. Oh, man. Ruby is surrounding herself with people who are like actively using drugs. It's not good. Oh, man. I do agree. The sector could use a lot of healing. It could.
No. I muted myself.
No,
The
I'm not
number one
getting
thing that
mad.
Envy or LC or whatever her name is, the black dress wanted to bring up, if I'm tripping over fucking homie, I'm not embarrassed of shit. You live your. I've told my name since I walked in the game.
Tell
FYI.
me, did you punch a bitch and knock
I've
her teeth
never
out?
hit both the bitches that say that I've knocked them out. And
Wait. Now he says he never hit them. Okay, but let's hear the story.
the second one.
That's
No. The
that's
second one.
not
It's fine.
assuring.
It's fine. No,
Wait, there's two
'cause I
bitches?
went to-
There's two bitches that say he had hit them. He says he did not do that. Actually, they said he knocked them out.
Oh my god!
Jesus Christ,
How
it
did
was a
two
long time
people
apart.
become involved?
Stop. I don't mind talking about this. The number one thing is this. If you read the fucking paperwork, right? Because that's what
But paperwork, he means court documents.
the person would do if you want to judge somebody, correct? Is
Oh,
that
there's
not? If you want to call me a
paperwork. All right.
snitch, if you want to call me a
Yeah,
snitch,
court documents. That's what it means. It's told from a meth head.
Minute?
you'd have to read the fucking documents, correct? So I
Hmm.
can fucking produce my own shit, and my paperwork fucking shows that I have no fucking nothing on my fucking hands, and the person was never found with me. The
Okay.
number one thing is this: if I live in the town where I live, and the cops come to my fucking house, and I got answered the door with a gun, or whatever the fuck happened that day, and I had a warrant, I went to fucking
Okay.
jail on some other shit. Okay?
All right. Let me break.
Okay, what he just said right there, if I'm understanding meth head, let's hear that story right again, just one more time. If the police come knocking on my door,
Is
Oh,
that
there's
not? If you want to call me a
paperwork. All right.
snitch, if you want to call me a snitch,
Documented?
you'd have to read the fucking documents, correct?
you want to call me a snitch, you gotta read the fucking documents. Okay.
So I can fucking produce my own shit, and my paperwork fucking shows that I have no fucking nothing on my fucking hands, and the person was never found with me.
The paperwork will show I have nothing on my hands. So saying he's not the one who did it. He's not saying that the paperwork would show him to have no convictions on that. That's not what he's saying there. He's just saying that he's not the one who did it.
Okay.
The number one thing is this: if I live in the town where I live, and
I live in the town where I live, so he does live there.
cops come to my fucking house,
If cops come to my house
and I got answered the door with a gun,
and they answer the door with the gun drawn, I'm going to jail for something else. Okay. All right. So the cops are called there for a particular reason. It could be like a DV related situation. And so if the cops are there and already escalated to that point, well, he might as well just go ahead and start punching the cops. What is that? What? That's what I heard there. That's what I heard there. TK's lucky that he's alive. I mean, does that not sound like something that someone who likes to resist arrest and gamble with his life would say? Now, this is a question I would ask TK. Let me open the Discord real fast too. Actually, let me out. 1 second. Bear with me. A little audio test here. Testing. Check. Audio check. All right. Alrighty. All right. It should work now. All right. If you guys want to hop in the VC, and we're talking about this here, we're talking about the king thing, okay? I'll try to keep it organized. And then we will move on to the Boogie proposing to his girlfriend, and then and eventually the Thorps. Thorps getting banned from the Discord server. Alrighty. All right, but I'll let it play right now.
or whatever the fuck happened that day, and I had a warrant, I went to fucking
Okay.
jail on some other shit. Okay?
All right. Let me break through this. So you and
I'm
Tropic
being
are in
dead
the
serious.
same.
Dog, I don't mind. My paperwork's in my whip because you guys just
I
did this
got
months
it.
ago.
I got it. Let me make the connection here. So you and
Mhm.
Tropic both have legal paperwork that you
Yeah.
abused women,
Sure.
but it's all bullshit. Like none of it.
The number one thing is this. The number one thing is this.
Mm.
You can read my paperwork, and it shows coming into my home.
Well,
The only
of
reason I got
course, we can do
arrested
FOIA
was
requests.
because I had a warrant for something else, right? I had a
Oh,
warrant for something else, and this person says that I did something not found in my house because she was whacked. Whatever. You can read it. It's fine. It's
Why
not a
don't you
big
provide
deal.
the paper? All right,
I
provide the
have it.
paperwork and
Shall we?
Ruby's server. Post the
Can you
link.
provide
to
the
Okay.
teeth?
Can you
Yeah,
provide the teeth?
1,000%. I've already did
That
this.
was
I did this
awesome.
with BB and Candy Warhol, like fucking during the like winter or summer or winter. I literally went to the
We're
fucking
doing
thing
it
and got all my shit. I have
Doing
no
it
problem
again.
talking
But I
about
never
this.
thought Tommy King was a perfect, innocent little boy, people.
Yeah, I have
But
no problem with
obviously, and this
Didn't
actually
think he
was
was
something
a
I wanted
woman
to discuss
beater.
tonight, and that is
that. Yeah, I have one
panel
daughter. I don't have
ethics.
children, you dumb
Who's
bitch.
allowed
And
on
that
panel?
fucking my
Who's not
baby's
allowed
mother
on
has no problem
panel?
with me.
I think Neotropic should always be allowed on panel. That's just my 2 cents.
I
He's
agree with that.
he's
But
bringing
I've always had a good experience with Tropic on a panel. I've never had a bad experience with that. Are you here now?
Yeah, I'm in the voice chat now.
Oh, cool, man.
So came in for a couple of seconds too, but I don't know who it was.
I don't know. All right, let's see what kind of night we're gonna have here. All right, so any thoughts about the whole King thing?
They're really grilling him, but you know he smokes meth. They live a crazy lifestyle. I think that just kind of goes with the lifestyle. So, you know, I forgive TK.
Oh, you forgive him?
Yeah.
Well, he didn't punch me, so it's not me that has to forgive him. You know, so I'm not. You know, that's how I look at it. But he's a meth head, hanging out with other meth heads. They're gonna do meth head related stuff. Is he a piece of shit? Well, yeah, I do think he's a piece of shit. But I wouldn't trust. I wouldn't trust him around my house at all. You know what I'm saying? Like,
He has a job. I think he works construction, so he's not like gonna steal your copies and shit.
well, that's good.
All right.
I hope not. Don't steal my copper,
What's
man.
up, people?
I need my AC unit to work.
Well, obviously, you're in the South. You need your AC unit to work. That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you see the connection, though? You have Dingo and King, who both have charges against them, multiple charges, not just one.
Yeah.
I don't
And he
have
said
any
he
charges
beat.
against me.
Whoa.
You did. You said you beat the charge. What do you mean by you beat the charges?
The
What did
case
you mean
got
by that?
dismissed because I was innocent.
You didn't hire a lawyer for sure. You don't have the money for that, bro. Let's be honest.
Just dismissed the case on his own because this retarded story, and they didn't believe.
How do cases get dismissed on their own? How does that happen?
The prosecution says we are not proceeding with this case. Then the judge says case dismissed. You are free to go. Then they file the paperwork in the next few hours.
I mean, I don't have anything to show
Because-
otherwise.
Yeah, I think we need some. I'm just saying. I think that it's a case of it's just like with rape cases. Like the girl doesn't show up, and so he's like, "Oh, I beat the case." I kind of have that feeling with Tropic because that's
Oh my
the vibes.
god, that gets under your skin so much, doesn't it? I beat the case.
No, it doesn't. I'm just trying to figure out what.
I mean,
you're
like
creepy, dude.
there
You're
are
creepy.
there are situations where a prosecutor will just drop the case. In fact, you'll hear that sometimes, even in their current thing, where like if particular people are arrested for certain small crimes, like and they have so much melanin in their skin, it's like whatever, whatever. They just kind of drop that shit, depending on what city they're in, And so there are times where like prosecutors can do that. Now, did that happen in this case? I don't know. I'm hearing this side of it, and I don't have any paperwork to show otherwise, you know. But if something's out there, I'm sure someone will find it.
I just think any man that has to like brag about like I beat the case, there's more underneath the surface than what he's giving us, which is like, oh, I impregnated an abusive girlfriend, and you know, I have mugshots for multiple occasions, but you know, I'm completely innocent.
People are
and
saying
I'm
that I
not.
look good in those mug shots. What do you think, Dad, man? Do I look good in those mug shots?
I'd have to say you do, like in a non-gay way. Like you did not look bad in those mugshots.
Okay, Deadman, I think you're a dyke now because only a dyke would think that would look good. I'm just gonna say that.
Well, you're
Not in
so
a
angry
sexual
that
way,
I'm beautiful,
Southern. Oh, Jesus.
Like a
No.
woman would not look at that and be like, "Oh, that's hot." Like no woman would think that.
Well, of course I'm not looking at it from the eyes of a woman. I'm just saying, like it doesn't look like it's not the worst thing. Compare that to like, let's say like Ricada when he was arrested. Like that was horrible. Or
okay, so maybe the kratom makes him look a little less. I don't know. We're comparing Ricada to Tropic right now. So I don't know, but it's coke.
We don't have like a lot of mugshots here. I mean, you could go Google mugshots, and it's not like the worst thing, you know. Like there's drunks and meth heads that get arrested, and they look all fucked up, you know. But his eyes weren't even red.
Yeah,
it was
but
just like
there's the Tropic 1,000-yard stare. Have you seen that? Like he just kind of zones out and like rolls his eyes back in his head, and it's just like you've seen that, right?
Yeah, I've seen that.
So that's what's going on with his mugshots. He's just like he's completely out of it. So I don't trust anything that comes out of his mouth. It's all bullshit. He's like, "Oh, beat the case. I'm this and that." You're a fucking.
It's like you can go check the court records yourself. What are you spurging about?
I'm not spurging.
It doesn't sound like she's spurging, but she. I would say that she doesn't. Obviously, she doesn't trust you. You know, she doesn't trust you. She's very suspicious of the whole thing. Do you think we could get those court papers?
I mean, I imagine there's a way to look them up. Like, look at the county clerk of courts, and look at their website and see if it's on there.
What's the county? I'm sorry.
Miami.
Okay.
I'm about to say, do you want to handle that part like, you know?
I mean, I don't care that much, to be honest. I'm sure somebody will find it, but I trust that it's all sus as fuck when it comes to Tropic.
I couldn't be proven more innocent than I am now.
Like, you've claimed so many things throughout the years, Tropic. You've claimed so many things. Like, oh, well, I work for this, I do that, I have all this money, I have this real estate, but yet at the same time, supposedly you have this abusive girlfriend you impregnated and paid for to live in your mansion and all this. So none of it makes sense.
I was living in her condo for like the last 2 years. You're not listening to the story correctly.
Hey, but is she pregnant? No fap?
She skipped a few pregnancy tests, a few periods, so she got a pregnancy test, and she got one of those Plan B things.
Oh, so you're not gonna be a father? Okay.
No.
So you're not gonna impregnate Gray. I mean, you're getting older. I don't think your sperm.
Impregnate Grace. I mean, I don't really care about doing that anymore, you know. But
how long did that take? How long did getting rid of that? Urge take.
Yeah, how many pounds did it take? How many extra pounds did Grace have to gain?
Honestly, I really just, I actually more just wanted her to escape, like, you know, the incest and the feces and all that.
And go to the no fap love palace.
Yeah.
I was gonna say this is what I'm doing.
I think as long as she was able to escape, I'd be pretty, I wouldn't really care.
And you wonder why I compare you to OPC. And you wonder why, and you get so upset.
You're a hater. You're
both
drinking
say the same thing. You're like, if I could just get her to escape, she'll run to me. It's the same thing. Just admit it. It's fine.
It's the same thing, right? Over and over again.
I have a hog. That's the difference between me and OPC.
Okay. So
Have you seen it? Like, what is happening in you and APC's DMs? What is going on there that you feel confident enough to say that?
I'm pretty sure Dingo has seen OPC's dick. I don't know how he did, but I'm sure.
I mean, I hear he has I hear from Ava he has a micro penis. I don't know.
Okay. Now, Southern, you did like the connection between No Fap being on here and also with the, okay, what's going on between No Fap and King? So they have these, these stories around them, right?
Yes.
Now,
yes.
in King's situation, he pretty much admitted it. He said he pretty much did it, but was coming up with the kind of like reasons,
Yeah, I think the kratom makes makes Tropic a little less, open to share things, whereas King has the meth that makes him share way too much. Oh, he left. But yeah, I think, but there is definitely connection between woman beaters that they share that.
Yeah, yeah. So now you've seen this already. In fact, you were there. You were there when it happened. I mean, what were you thinking? Like what was going through your mind when you heard this story?
You're talking about the two. I didn't believe it at first, to be honest, because again, I've known King for like 3-4 years, and I hadn't seen him on different panels and things he exposes. So I was like, he's a gentle giant. Like, he's really not that he's kind of harmless. He just talks a big game, whatever. But I didn't think he actually did it. And then I saw what he said, but I still don't know if it was like a meth fueled rage when he said that shit, or if it actually happened. I don't know. I have to look at the paperwork.
Well, it sounds like what happened might have been a meth fueled rage. I mean, if they're using meth, they're probably using meth a lot, and probably in meth and violence, it seems like it goes hand in hand.
Yeah. So, okay. I was actually asking my husband, I was like, would you ever we never surrounded ourselves with people like this. So I can't really put myself in those shoes, but I still would I would expect a man to you can hold a woman's arms, you can hold her and stop her from hitting you. So that was my thing, is like, you don't have to punch a woman, you can just keep them from, but no, you don't surround yourself with fucking wild ass bitches like that.
Right. Yeah.
If you're going to do that, you got to expect that that's going to be the response. Mm-hmm. But
okay.
So for No Fap to have a girlfriend of 2 years, that was abusive like that, and he still impregnated her and bragged about her on Discords, like, oh, I got a girlfriend, she's hot, it's like, okay, well,
yeah. Now, in this case, I would like to see what the court paper says too on that one, or the court documents, if we can't get them. Hey, No Fap, if you're able to get them, since it is pertaining to your case, I don't know if it'd be easier for you to get them or what, that would be amazing.
I don't think they actually print out papers. I think they just publish that stuff online. It's probably available right now. You just have to check yourself.
Probably just have to find it. Okay, all right. So we'll look into that here.
Right.
If it's widely available, just link it. I don't remember your full name, but if you'll just link it, that would be great.
Yeah, I mean, you guys can handle that part, like in the.
I have no idea how to look that up.
Oh, I
have no idea how to look that up.
Idiot. You're a bullshit idiot. Like, you don't know how to look up your own records. Shut up.
Oh my god.
You know how to fucking look up your own records. You're the one that just referenced it, so you're just talking out of your ass.
It's not that complicated. It's pretty easy to find. It is pretty easy to find. All right.
Well, I'm sure I could do it if I cared, but I don't.
Okay. Well, I'll see. Now you're playing kind of weird. You're kind of playing kind of weird right there, but that's fine. It's kind of like, I mean, you could find it if you wanted to, but like, you need information. I have that information that you're gonna need, but I'm not gonna give it to you. No.
My name is out there. No. They posted the mugshot. They posted Shamu posted my name and everything.
Yeah. Honestly, like, if there was more to it, Shamu probably would have found it already.
Yeah.
A damn Shamu. Fuck him. That fucking whale of a man. How dare he?
You're not a lover of Shamu. You're not a Shamu lover.
I love Shamu.
We love Shamu over here.
This is why he hates me. Yeah.
All
But
right.
I'm just saying it's weird to not admit. But no, I'm gonna let you go. I just wanted to pop
Okay,
in
no,
because I think
it's fine.
he is full of shit. I think he's full of shit. I think him and King and OPC have this weird like thread of commonality that they won't admit. Or they want to
Well,
save.
the case got dismissed, fed up. What more do you want? You can check the court records yourself.
I don't have that much energy, to be honest. I don't care that much. If somebody else does, then I'll look into it. But I will take my face value of who you are from seeing mugshots of you.
I think you just fear the truth.
I don't.
Yeah.
I don't. At all.
And also, yeah, Shamu did block out your name. He didn't dox your name. That is true. And I saw that too. And in fact, when I got the mugshot, I went out of my way to block the name too. I just pretty much block everything. I wasn't going to do that. I only wanted to show for like, I mean, you're a member of this, whether you like it or not, you're a member of this, like, I don't know, this little circle, we want to call it that. It's like kind of like a news update. It's like, man, this guy we know, like, this happened. You know what happened, man?
Yeah, it was so fucked up.
I think it wouldn't have seemed so fucked up unless you like tried to brag to get to Grace. You tried to like needle Grace by saying, "I've got this hot girlfriend. I'm fucking her."
Hey, I never said
pregnant."
she was hot. I just said that
Yes,
she was
you
rich and
did.
I was cream pieing her.
So she wasn't
Okay,
hot.
well.
So wait, were you
No.
slumming it for money? You were slumming it for money, weren't you?
I was, hog pounding,
Hog pound. Okay. Okay, so she had some folds on her. She had, okay.
That's what I do, man,
Grab a fold and fuck it. Is that what we're talking about? Sorry.
It's just the fact that you tried to use that to like get back at Grace for so long.
Well,
You're like,
I like a big fat ass, so.
Okay, wait, stay on
I
topic,
like
no
a
fap.
big
Stay
fat
on
ass.
topic. Southern was talking. I know you can't really hear her because she's a woman. I'm guessing he doesn't hear women. I'm guessing so.
Yeah. Because he's used to punching them. But,
Yeah.
yeah.
I hear women all the time. Anyway, sorry. I just interrupted you. My bad.
It's fine. I just wanted to address this. Like right after Grace shunned him, he started like going in her server and being like, "Oh, I've got this hot girlfriend. I'm fucking her every night. She's pregnant. All of this." And now you're like, "Oh, well, she was very abusive, and I got locked up." Or sorry, I got a mug shot.
I mean, both were true. Like she would beat me during the day, then I'd pound her shit at night.
Wait, was she Mexican?
No, she was like part Spanish, but not.
That's
she was
what
Jewish,
I mean.
Like,
Okay,
she was
so
Jewish,
part Mexican.
Satanic.
Wait, what? Jewish Hispanic?
Jewish and Spanish.
Okay,
It's a
so
wild
when she hit you, what would she
company.
hit you with? Allegedly.
Like the only object she used was a fucking knife.
Okay. Okay, wait.
this
She
is
hit you with a knife?
A kratom dream.
Like she like got me on my back and like she was holding back the knife like she was about to like jam it up in my leg and shit and just like screaming at me for like 20 minutes.
Do you have scars?
No, she didn't actually stab me. She just held the knife like back like she was going to.
Oh. Now, how much longer after that were y'all dating?
From there is like 2 months. Until I think until the
Okay.
final.
So 2
final
months.
ending.
So she
like
was gonna stab you with a
even
knife.
I even forgave that, like the fucking like threatening to stab me and all this other shit. And she was telling me like, after I stab you, I'm gonna tell everybody that you're a rapist and slander you. It was crazy.
All right, you sound like a pussy. I'm sorry to say.
This sounds like
You
sticks.
don't-
No,
I
this sounds like
don't believe in.
Oh, this sounds like
I don't
Razor
believe in
Fist.
hitting women
Dude, this
back.
sounds like Razor Fist's story. Dude, wait, maybe this whole thing is fake.
It's absolutely fake. Everything's fake, but the court documents. If anybody hasn't figured that out by now, and I don't know if he thinks that people believe it. If he does, then God bless him.
No,
I
this
mean,
is no fap. This is great. This is like meta tier of fakery, dude. We're gonna find out that like everything has been scripted. Everything in this sector.
Dead man. Everything I'm telling you is real. She had severe mental illness.
Oh no, I was just having fun. I was just having fun with that because the parallels with like I guess what's his name? Damn it, Razor Fist. Anyway, so
she had
you on the ground. She's gonna stab you.
She had autism, bipolar, and depression. Like she was on Ozempic. You ever heard of that?
Yeah, I know that. So wait, so she was shitting diarrhea.
Like
she was leaking out of her ass.
She was throwing up. She was, just going super crazy. She was super itchy as well.
Yeah. Okay.
And
So you went from Grace to a fat chick who needed Ozempic. Is that what I'm hearing right now?
He had way more money than Grace, so they're about even.
That's what you were attracted to. It was the money.
I mean, without the money, there's no way that relationship would have happened. Honestly, yeah.
So what's happened to your financial? You're in financial ruin right now. What's happening?
And that's none of your business, nosy.
Well, if you're getting with a fat chick, there must be some real troubles going on there. I mean, you used to work for
what's the price? Wait, Fed of Southern Girl. Let me ask you. I mean, I know you're married. I know you're married now, but imagine you're not married. Okay. Is there a price for you to date a very fat man? We're talking about Boogie 2988. There's no money.
Negative.
There's no money.
No.
So you wouldn't do what Boogie 2988 did here, and you wouldn't allow him to propose to you for $1 million. No. $1 million.
I never had to go that route. Unfortunately, I am severely thin. Okay.
And I'm a straight pig slammer, dude. Like I like a fat ass.
Like
I don't give a fuck.
For $1 million? Okay, what about
No,
what about
never?
What about $1 billion with a B?
No. I'd rather be fucking working at Chili's being a waitress or something. I'm sorry, no. I'm not getting crushed by a big fat fucker on top of me, but apparently Tropic will get with an abuser and let her put a knife near his thigh so he can have money. So that's different.
Well, wait, there was an important question we forgot to ask. I know FAP, and this might be a little bit embarrassing, but did you guys ever engage in knife play in the bedroom?
So I actually really did care about her. Like she was dependent on me for like a lot of shit, and I felt like I'd be like abandoning her if I, broke up with her.
So is that a yes or
Plus,
no?
like she would threaten suicide, like if I tried to leave.
Okay, so wait, so the incident that you were arrested for, was it that night when she threatened you with a knife, or was it something after that?
No, it was like 2 months after.
Okay, so what happened 2 months after?
She was having a really bad reaction to her. It was one related to Ozempic called Mounjaro.
Okay.
Like it was making her go crazy. Like she was starting to get like hives and shit, and like she basically like here's what set her off. I was wearing some track pants, and she said that. I had asked her out to dinner, and she told me that wearing sweatpants to dinner was a faux pas.
I have to agree.
And that's why she attacked me. There's other like stupid shit. It's just stupid shit like that it just sparked her autism.
So she saw you in sweatpants, and she attacked you.
I think she started screaming about like dog hair, dog fur, or something about that.
Okay,
and honestly,
try to I'm feeling it. I like the way you're explaining this, NoFap. You're doing a great job. Like I feel like I'm there, but we're missing some details.
I can't remember exactly what she said before she attacked me because like she didn't let me sleep. Like I was super sleep deprived at the time, so I basically I just couldn't even listen to her like screaming at me anymore, and then she started attacking me.
How
So
did
you were like Courtney. Like she wouldn't let you sleep. You just had to stay up and talk for hours and hours and deal with that.
Yeah.
And
Okay,
then
so let
take
me.
the psychotic.
Well,
Right. Go ahead.
Southern. I have a question here about what was she doing, or like how was she keeping you from sleeping?
Literally, as I'd start to drift off, she'd scream at me and wake me up again.
Okay, so you try to go to sleep, and she'll just no fat, like that.
I know I wasn't even trying to go to sleep. I was just so tired. I was passing out.
Okay,
Yeah,
I was
Kratom
trying
does
to
that to you.
trying
That's true.
to get away.
Kratom does do that to you. So I can see
I
that.
was going to ask, were y'all both using a lot of kratom?
No,
Did she use any kratom?
this has nothing to do with kratom.
I know, but that right there would let me know if I could trust you, because the answer to that is probably yes, right? Because if someone in the household is using a drug, the other person's probably using some of it, right?
Kratom is like a really soft, light drug. There's a reason why it's still legal and available everywhere.
I got All American Tobacco here on this desk. Okay, it's fine. It's fine.
You're like, I'm just doing kratom, and she's on meth, and she pulls a knife on me. Like, oh my god, you're so.
Whoa, Southern.
All right,
We don't know she's doing meth. Okay, what we know is that she's Jewish and she's part Hispanic.
A Hispanic Jew does sound like hell. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, it does
I think
sound.
that sounds like the worst combation ever.
Well, actually, maybe it's. I mean, if she's Jewish, was she good with money? Because my wife is horrible with money. So
that is a good question.
The Mexican side of her is just like spin. I'm like, what are you doing?
Tropic, was she good with money? Because it seems like an oxymoron to have a Jewish Hispanic woman. With finances.
Really. I mean, she was rich. She loved to spend money.
Oh, she got that. Oh, she got that daddy's money. See, I would bang a fat chick for money for sure. Anyway, moving on. Not about me.
That's my question. Okay, I will say this. Okay, dead man. I do think this. The reason why men think like every woman would just go at it for money, even though if you actually are a good person, you're like, no, I don't care how much money you offer. Or not a good person, sorry, a good woman. You're like, I don't care about money. Like in this day and age, we can make our own money. Okay,
right?
We have our own talents. We can do that. But men think that that's how women are. So money, y'all are like, oh hell yeah, give me $1 billion, I'll fuck a Jew Hispanic, that'll put a knife in my thigh, no problem.
But let me show you guys something. I have maybe this doesn't prove that what you're saying is not real, but Desi, Boogie's girlfriend, just accepted the proposal. Okay, I don't know if you've seen this. I'm gonna play this here. It's Boogie proposing to Desi.
Her super chat is $20. Someone get that child away from that swamp monster.
I'm sorry. The effort it takes for him to get on his knees.
It's so romantic with the super chats playing in the background. I mean, that's every girl's dream, right? Yeah. It's every girl's dream.
Oh man, if this was like YouTube in like what 2014 or something, it would be like inward.
Yeah.
That would be even better. Okay.
So bad.
Let's play the rest.
So bad.
But he pulls.
He's a whale. Look at him. I don't care how much money you have.
He can't even stay on one knee. He can't stay on one knee. It's like too much. He's gonna have a heart attack right there proposing.
How much younger is she than he is? Like 20-something years or something?
It is very young. Yes. It is quite the age gap. And I think of who was it? Was it Hurricane? I think Hurricane Pyro in the chat in the VC was asking. I think we're talking about like how can Desi be into him and all that stuff. It's definitely for the money. I think we all agreed it's for the money. And I said that Desi's gonna marry him and take like all his stuff, and that's exactly what's gonna happen. Because Boogie talk.
I don't understand that mindset. I just don't understand that mindset. So maybe ask another woman about that tropic. But no, we don't think that way.
Yeah.
Traditionally, if we're actually smart, we have other means of making money. So I don't know.
Well, what we learned here is one woman doesn't represent all women. Okay, for sure. Definitely not a monolith there. Okay.
No.
Some women are definitely money grubby. I mean, they'll do any. I don't want to call Desi a hoe. Like I'm not gonna go there. But what she's doing, having to clean and bathe and take care of Boogie and all his stupid stuff,
God.
having to do all
imagine
that.
The crevices. Ugh,
Yeah.
Imagine cleaning the crevices.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean,
just like cleaning Ben's shitty underwear, like sloughing the skin cells off after they've laid in the RV for 3. It's just like,
God.
oh god,
disgusting.
It's not worth any amount of money,
right? You would think so, and I would think so too. Like that is just no. I can't go that low. But for some, it's like no. They're gonna write it out. They're gonna write it out for that money, and I hope the money is everything she dreamed it would be. I hope it is.
It's never. No, it's never.
Because here's the
Telling
thing:
you.
that she gets that money. What's she gonna do? Gonna blow it all? She's gonna invest it? What's she gonna do with it?
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm old school. I feel like you're gonna get old. You're gonna get ugly. You're gonna get wrinkly. If you don't have somebody that actually enjoys your personality and loves you for that, then you're fucked. You can't buy that shit with money. But good luck, girl. You're on a false lake in the middle of Texas with all these weirdos. I don't want to like be a moral fag about it, but
we'll play some more. We'll see. Maybe she. Well, apparently he falls into the lake in this whole process. Let's say that.
Oh, is that what happens? I haven't seen it.
We got to watch a fat man fall into a lake, so that's great.
That's great. Like a dog.
Oh, she kisses him. She takes the ring.
It's like a dog kneeling before her.
And then
Just to help him.
yeah. He can't get up. he might be dying right there.
Oh, bless him. Look, she's so tiny. She can't help him. Oh, my Lord.
Yeah, see, he can't get up at all. He's slipping. His best bet might be just roll over like a walrus.
Oh, yes.
Like a sea lion. Just roll over, get in the water, and swim.
That is so good. She's like, hey, babe, you want to get up now? No? Okay. 45 cameras rolling, so maybe... Oh, God.
Like he needs a life alert. Help, I'm stuck. I can't get up.
It really is so tiny, though. There's no way those two have... Oh, okay. Yeah, that was planned. All right.
There goes my light!
Yeah, that was
planned. What?
Oh, the ring fell in the ring fell in the water. Hey, you can't find that ring. You can't get married. Well, actually,
there you go. Boom.
Saved by the lake. So
we can always claim annulment. We weren't really married, even though legally we are. We can claim annulment. So
right.
There you go.
So too bad baby Voorhees couldn't come out of the baby Jason couldn't come out of the lake and take care of Boogie, right?
Crystal Lake. We're getting Crystal Lake.
yeah. That would be great.
It really would. If they had filmed it, they would have had like Jason coming out.
Yeah, see, like if they ever remade Friday the 13th again, because they will, they keep on doing that. Have do this. Somehow incorporate LOLCOW live and that shit. I don't know.
Yeah.
I have a bunch of fat whales there. Oh, dude, that'd be so great.
I'm trying to figure out. I don't think these two. Do you think that their relationship is just on screen, or are they actually? Because she's so tiny. Like
He is very tiny. From what I know, she was in the documentary. She lives with him. She's with him all the time. It's not just a scripted. It's not like a Keemstar script. But as far as like a script, like a social script, like she's playing the script of I'm gonna be with him for this. And
See, I don't watch. Yeah, I don't watch LOLCOW Live, but the few that I've seen is she's like his servant whenever she like goes behind him, like feeds him food or whatever. But I just can't imagine the life this woman lives. Like how sad.
Because he's a giant man child. He can't feed himself. Like
I know people like that. Mm.
All right, there's a lot of them in this sector.
I've seen a few.
Right? It seems to be a common thing for some reason. None of these guys could, honestly, all I would have to do to dab on anybody is just show, hey guys, this is how I cook a meal. Guess what? I'm cooking it myself. This is what I do.
See, that's why me and Snail and different women are like, all right, here's what we're making. We're like, yeah, we can actually take care of ourselves. It's
That's
crazy. We don't have to get, take out or anything like that. So that's good.
And then
But no,
during this stream, I have it the right place. He will get into it. They talk about how Boogie plans on giving her pretty much everything when they get married. So that is part of the plan there.
I mean, if you're at that weight, I give him like 10 years and he's in like hospice. So maybe that's a good choice. I don't know. But I've never seen a man this giant in my life.
Let me see. Let me see if I get to that bit here. Well, I'll press play here.
You can't do something. We believe in you.
Dude, Billy Mitchell's...
That's good.
Billy Mitchell's hot sauce
Is so good. Billy Mitchell's hot sauce is amazing.
Dude,
Hold on. Let me skip ahead a little bit. I think it's about... I'll just press play here to see.
Life is about ups and downs, right?
Okay, yeah, it is around here because they talk about ups and downs and luck and stuff, and that's when he says, "Man, I'm so lucky for Desi, and Desi, you're gonna get everything I have. Everything I have, you get."
Reason why you drink and celebrate life and have a good time like you're having right now.
The Bussy super chatted $10. Sauce the tip. Sauce the tip.
No. It's because you sauce the tip. That's why. No, it's because life is fucking pain. Life is hell.
Really
Life is problem solving from the time you wake up to the time you go to bed. It's so stressful. It's so insanely fucking negative. We live in a negative world where it's complaining and da-da-da-da. So you have to get through the shit, and then you drink or you just celebrate or whatever based on the little wins of getting through the shit.
Little wins.
And so it's like, I hate to be motivational or whatever, but like, everybody back home, everyone watching this right now, you got shit. We all got shit that we got to get through, right?
Dude, you want to talk about little wins?
Here we go.
I met my fucking soulmate, and I'm gonna marry her in a year. What the fuck, dude?
And that only happens because you went through hell.
I don't know what you're saying.
That only happens because you went through hell. You got a fucking divorce, right? You got a divorce, you almost lost your house, you had a million bad things go wrong. You had that documentary that made you look like a complete fucking fool.
Yeah.
Right?
Dude, that's a banging. I'm so glad I did the documentary so I could put all that stupidity behind me.
But that's the thing. You had to go through the shit to celebrate and to win, right? There is no fucking easy road to success. It's all hell.
I almost
Wait. I know you guys probably wanted to say this. Well, what does Keemstar know about this?
Yeah.
What was Keemstar's hell?
He's trying to do like bro talk
Yeah.
with people he's actually like helped to make their lives have a downfall. Like you've you've contributed to the downfall of their lives, and
Yeah.
now you're like,
He's
yeah,
doing a bro talk
bro.
for him. guys,
man.
you know, life is rough, life is tough, but you know, through it all, there's a silver lining. There's that win you get.
Mhm.
So after that, let me just say, I want all you guys to be doing push-ups, jumping jacks. So honestly, they could do that. They do need to do that.
Yes. He builds it. He tears them down to build them up. That's
Yeah.
what he does. How old is Keem now? How old is he? Like 37 or something? I don't know.
He's younger than me, so like, yeah, probably 38, right?
Yeah, and he's talking like the old, battle combat general right now, trying to like talk to his
He's trying to do
underlings.
that Joe Rogan like motivational talk here, but except
Yeah,
it's not
for
working
sure,
right,
for
you know.
sure. With a fucking shirtless man beside him that has like man tits.
Yeah.
Just I'm like, bro, I feel you, man. I feel you. It's just so
And a man that he humiliates every night,
yes.
every day.
He's like, you know what? It's fine. You're gonna do great. You're gonna get married. It's gonna be fine.
Yeah, I'll be right back.
All right.
God. Mhm.
All right, so let me.
That was
He's gonna say a little bit more about Desi, and this is when it comes out.
I said no to my clump, and the choice to say no to my clump and take the hard path was the smartest decision I ever made. Because you chose to work with me, because I met Desi. This is the best path I could be on. I can't believe I'm gonna get married in a year, right here at Niagara Falls. You watch it in 1 year. We're gonna live stream it.
No one else can believe it.
I'll
either.
tell you right now. You know what made me feel like so fucking damn good is when we posted the video on Drumler or on my personal Twitter, or no, it was on LOLCOW Live Twitter, right? We posted the video of you jumping off the dock, and I scrolled through the comments, and there were a ton of funny jokes like,
Yeah.
"Oh, I feel bad for the locals," and there's like a
So-
tidal
yeah,
wave,
yeah,
right?
yeah, that was just so
But then
good.
there were comments that were like, "Man, I'm so proud of him that he's like just living his life and like doing like good shit."
Jared the Red super chatted $10. It's true. You have to celebrate the small
super chats.
Terrible. It's like, dude, I felt so good when there were people who were making fun of you and sending in money that came to me. That was so great.
Yeah. All right.
It's just
I think about right here. He's gonna say a little bit more. Let's see.
Here's the problem. This is what people do. They'll become alcoholics or whatever, and they're still celebrating nothing. They'll celebrate no wins in their life, and then their life goes to shit, right? Absolute shit.
They don't feel like they have any wins to celebrate. That's
Yeah.
why. They can't see it past the alcohol.
I will say.
All right, here we
Desi,
go.
I know you're watching this. I hope you are. You're the love of my life. I'm drunk, so I have no fucking filters. I can't fucking believe that you're going to marry me. I can't believe it took me 50 years to meet you. I cannot wait to make you my wife.
Well, did he say 50 years to meet her?
yeah.
Well,
Till he
like-
was 50 years old, I think is what he meant. But I don't. He's not that old.
No,
so
he's
5 years.
Yeah.
That's what he meant.
Yeah, I guess so. Because if 50 years, like he wasn't even born yet, you know?
Yeah. The thing is, they set him up to like feel good about being made fun of, so then he gets attention, and it's so fucked. Oh, I can't.
Oh yeah. I mean, it is a lot of emotional manipulation there and abuse there. And then of course he's drunk off his ass. But what it says here,
Yes.
Does he mean it? Probably. He probably does mean it. I'll say that.
The truth always comes out when you're drunk in one way or
Everything.
another.
Fuck a prenup. Fuck all of it. Everything I've ever built is yours, and I owe you everything you saved
can't
my
believe
fucking
you're
life.
Fuck the prenup. We're not doing a prenup. Everything I have, everything I built is yours.
But no prenup.
Yeah, no prenup. So.
But everything I have is yours.
But no.
If you even have to talk.
Well, no
Sorry,
prenup is a good thing for Desi. Like that would be great. In fact, that's the only way she should get married is no prenup. So that way, she can get at least half of what he has.
Yeah.
if not all.
It's just, to me, it's crazy because the thought of a prenup when you're getting married is so bizarre because it's like you're not getting married for money. So why does it? You don't do a prenup, but I guess to him, like his prenup would be because he's linked to Keem and Keem controls his money. So like this whole situation is very bizarre to me. But like if you're getting married, they're not. I don't think they are. To be honest, from what I've observed from like you and Ruby's streams, I don't watch this shit.
Yeah.
But it's just like, oh my god, you're not in love. You're just doing shit for views and whatever. Like, I don't know. I didn't get married for money, so I can't understand it.
Now I'm thinking Desi wants to marry him for the money, though. So I'm hoping she does do that. It's not. It's not. You know, it's the only win I think she's going to get in this short term. In the long term of it, she's going to be like an old cat lady because no one's ever going to want to, like, you know, be with her. I mean, if she's filthy rich, she might be able to find another husband.
She's so tiny. She's so tiny. What is she, like 5'2" or something? Like,
Yeah,
she's
and I don't think
itty
she. I don't know if she eats much. Probably not. I don't know.
Oh god. Yeah, he probably eats all of it. I mean,
Boogie eats all the food.
He's taken all the hot wings and the pizza and whatever's delivered.
All of it's consumed. You know?
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
Well,
Now, the next part here I have is Thorp related. So they were like in some VCs and they got like banned from a Discord VC called like Religion and Politics, which is funny. So they got banned from Religion and Politics.
well, that's what they want to do, so that's why it would be funny that they got banned because that's what they want to do now, right? As religion and politics.
Absolutely. All right, so I'm gonna play this, and if there's any part where you want to chime in, you let me know. Yeah,
it's fine. Yeah, again, I haven't watched it. So.
But like, we really don't know what it was.
I'll turn up the
Mom
volume.
won't talk about it because it was like a sensitive thing for her.
Yeah.
But
If you ever want to talk about it and you feel bad, I can recommend BetterHelp.com. There's a lot of good licensed therapists.
This motherfucker's an advocate.
Now for our commercial break.
Bro's getting paid right now.
Get a professional therapist. Doesn't have to
mean-
be the website I mentioned, but it can be quite good.
Oh my god, dude, this guy already knows you can go to therapy. Everybody knows you can. No offense, but it's really annoying to tell people they can go to therapy. Everybody already knows that.
Actually, that's actually a problem. People don't.
Now we are like about 30 minutes away from the actual moment where they get banned from this VC. I'm just playing it right here so we can get some context, get an idea what's happening here. Okay.
Don't get the message.
Yeah, I haven't seen any of this.
Yeah, and that's the other thing. Like, I mean, I had my ups and downs in life just as a person with lots of troubles. I just completed like drug and alcohol counseling, so like I'm cool.
How old are you? How old are you?
I'm 23.
Oh.
I had to like put myself in because I was like partying way too much, and I have an issue where I just overindulge in things sometimes. Like, I didn't have an addiction per se, but when I would party, I would like just do everything, and that was like not good. So I had to go learn like just ways to not.
I mean, that kind of happens when you're partying. I mean, what kind of party are we talking about?
Yeah, it's funny though to watch Grace like interact because I'm 44, so she thinks like, oh, you're ultimately you're old and you have no ability to give me any wisdom is what she thinks. So it's funny to see how she reacts to anyone when they tell her their age.
Yeah.
She's like, oh, and she turns it off. She's like, nope. Even though that's all she and Ben are interacting with is like Discord people who are that age. So
yeah, they're gonna be older. Probably sharing stories about when they probably did some stuff when they're partying. Which I mean, Grace is gonna have a problem with. But like, what, you did drugs when you were partying? You should never do that. That's like okay.
Because she has no experience. She has no. I wish she did. I don't wish she did drugs. Okay, let me just get that
No.
straight.
I don't think. I don't. I'm not wishing that either. But just have some life experiences, you know.
Yes. I wish she did. Then she could.
Apparently, she took some of Lalo's Adderall when they visited them.
That is true. She did.
This is Tropic. Tropic was in there. Oh God.
Yeah. Tropic is here, and yeah, that is true. Yeah, she did take some of his Adderall, and actually, I thought that was a better stream. Now Grace
It was
doesn't.
funny.
Grace doesn't
Sure.
need Adderall to stream. She already has enough energy already. Like Grace is a good streamer. I don't know why she has it in her head that like she
Yeah.
sucks now, and just really just
She's a
giving it all
very
up to
good
Ben.
streamer. She's a good streamer, but what the problem with Grace is she gets mad when you say, "Hey, you'd be a great streamer on your own." She's like, "Oh no, now you're attacking my dad if you say I'm good on my own." It's like, "No, bitch, I'm just trying to give you a compliment." And she gets mad. So it's like, "Okay, well then fine, you're a shit streamer."
Yep.
Is that what you want me to say? Like you can't win. You can't win with her.
Yeah,
So
there's really no winning, huh?
oh,
All right, I'll press play. We'll get some more context here, and
go ahead.
Because I like partying. I do. Like I had to like really decide. Like, do I enjoy doing this? Yeah, I enjoy going out and letting loose a little bit, but not to that extent. Because I OD'd twice in January.
Oh,
I OD'd twice in January.
that might be too much partying.
So, and this was just because I was just doing too much. Like I was going out and partying every fucking night, and so, my current girlfriend, great lady, she was like, "Hey, you gotta like get your shit."
I mean, I partied in college, but I never OD'd. Holy shit.
No.
Yeah. So this guy.
And
has
look,
some
Grace
stories.
is already bored. No, I will predict this. Grace is already bored.
Yeah, for sure. No fap. Have you ever OD'd?
Not really. Like it's easy to overdose on kratom, but that just makes you vomit.
Oh.
Like that's not much different from over drinking.
Oh, okay. All right, moving on.
together. I'm like, damn, you're kind of right, lady. And
Can I ask
so
you a
then I got my
question?
computer.
Are you
What's up?
afraid of becoming your dad?
I was for a while. I was for a while, but I know now that I'm like, because I look like the guy. So like, some
Well, I'm
super
not. I'm not.
strong
I'm not
genetics,
saying
but-
you. I'm not saying you're scared you'll look like him. I'm saying, you know what I mean, like
I'm
act
just
like
saying,
him.
I would look in the, I'm saying, yeah, I would look in the mirror and I'd be like, damn, I kind of look like that guy. Like I would get really mad and feel like I was turning into him. But like as I got older, I just realized like I'm just a different breed. I'm just not that guy. Like there's times where like my anger like gets the best of me, but like even with my anger, I still handle it 100 billion times better than he ever did. So it's like there's no part of me that like is afraid of that. I mean, I'm worried about like having kids too soon because I want to enjoy my life and experience.
Oh my god! Imagine this is your life.
Oh man, Ben's coming back from his smoke break, wearing the same shirt and shorts he's been
here
wearing.
he goes. Here we go.
He's been wearing that for like 2 weeks, I think, right?
The salmon shirt. Yeah, she's worn that shirt for like 3 days, and he's worn that shirt for I don't even know how long. But the salmon shorts are always a classic, I have to say.
They are.
You can never beat the salmon shorts.
They're so short, you know. It's like it. I don't know what he was thinking there.
Well, he got them like tailored to be that short. So
Oh, okay. Maybe it's for like running speed, you know, like it help him run faster or something.
yeah, when he was in California, they were already like they were knee length, right? And so he went to California, and when they were in LA, he got them like tailored to be super short. I have no idea why, except to go to the gay district with Wallow, and he wanted to. I don't know.
Well, you already know what he wanted.
Sorry. Yeah.
Yeah, you're back.
Ironically. Yeah. So,
Yes.
like, yeah, I'm worried about having kids too soon, but like not because I'm afraid of being my dad, just because I want to be the best kind of dad I can be. But, like, yeah, there's no part of me that's afraid. I am afraid of my younger brother who lives with me becoming my dad. Like he's like on a teeter between becoming me or becoming my dad. I really want him to like follow in my footsteps and not my dad's, but he's a little bit more hot-headed than me. He has a little bit more of my dad. So I'm working with him to like, because the thing that I had to teach him is that he needs to choose peace when it comes to like fighting and shit. My younger brother loves to fight, and so like I'm putting him in UFC classes so that he can like, or MMA classes so that he can like have that outlet. I'm literally working 2 jobs to like support me and my younger brother right now.
Wait a minute. You know,
And at
actually,
one
it's
of them-
really interesting for Grace. Okay. Well, Tava, you obviously have been made into a father figure in your family by your mother.
Yes, I agree. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And like,
there's Grace's line. Yep, I agree. I agree, Ben. I agree, Dad.
like this is more problematic than you might think, because you're gonna burn out. You're gonna burn out.
You're gonna resent it. Well, no, he's OD'd
listen,
twice. He OD'd twice last January.
That you are taking on a burden you shouldn't take on. It's not proper for you to act
preaching
like
to
a
the choir
father
right
to
now,
your
'cause
younger
I actually
brother.
I just had this conversation with my mom actually earlier today. I was like, yeah, listen, I'm like not feeling good about like always helping people and always making things happen and no one ever doing it for me. I'm going back to school. Like I just told her like, yeah, I'm going back to school. I'm not going to be able to help everybody for a little while, and I need you guys to be cool with that.
Your mother
because
sounds like
literally-
healthy in the sense like she's not trying to make you into her husband. I'm sure she's never like made moves on you sexually, but like
No, yeah, never like that. No.
But even
she did
emotionally,
provide
like
responsibility.
if you and your mom are talking about like your younger siblings a lot like two parents, like you have an unhealthy thing there. Maybe
It was unhealthy because so my younger sister is a
I mean, Ben could spot unhealthy relationships, right?
Yeah, it's like he's legitimately just describing what Grace but he won't take any response. I did listen to this. I was like on my lunch break and I was like, all right, what are these fuckers doing? And I heard this part and I was like, oh my God, he's just describing everything that is what happened.
Yeah.
But he's like, you know what? But as like an outside observer is how he describes everything. It just fucking kills me.
There's a tendency that happens here where like they'll do like hypotheticals, and the hypothetical, if you listen to it, if you know Thorp lore, you're like, wait a second, no, you're describing y'all's situation, and he'll be like, no, this isn't one particular situation, you know, this is a hypothetical. It's like, cute.
It's so spot on, this particular part. And it's so funny that I was on my lunch break, so I just like was like, somebody said they were on, so I was like, all right, let me check in. But it was so spot on with what their life is like, and that's why Grace was like, hold up, let me talk for a minute, and he wouldn't
Yeah.
let her talk.
Right.
And so I was like, yeah, there's a reason you won't let her talk in there, because she's gonna bust it wide open. But you know,
absolutely.
Nuts.
like a fucking. I love my younger sister to death. I'm literally facing charges because of my younger sister and her choices. I love my younger sister to death.
you keep talking like a parent to your siblings. Like I'd be
and-
a little
well,
bit
that's
careful
because-
about
that's-
like doing this daddying thing to them, because you're not their
No,
daddy.
listen, you're right. You're right. It's just the
Why?
thing
Here's
is
my
that, like,
question to you: why isn't their daddy doing this?
Because that's where I say like he's kind of a shithead. You know, he doesn't.
Okay,
He's
well,
not.
what
there
I-
to do
what
it.
I want to know is, in a certain sense, your dad looks like a fucking baller, right? He's got bitches lined up, coast to coast. He's got
I don't
16
admire his
kids.
lifestyle.
He's a fucking
gangster,
baller, right? That killed me. That part killed me. He's a baller, right? He just had a bunch of kids and just walked away. He's a fucking baller.
Right.
Ooh.
Oh man.
Except, guess what? Baller is having to pay $1 grand in child support every month.
Yeah, Grace have to pay that. Oh yeah. That's what a baller is, right?
Yes, he just impregnates a bunch of fucking women, and yeah, that's completely a baller for sure. Keep playing it. Yeah, sorry.
All right.
Okay, like so, I in a certain way, he's like he could make a rap song about your dad, and say
Sure,
like,
but like,
you know what I mean?
I don't admire the lifestyle. I think that it's a not very fulfilling lifestyle filled with.
But my question is,
problems
he
that
probably
never
agrees
did.
with you, right? He probably didn't tell you all to become gangsters in the Latin Kings,
Yeah.
right?
No. Well, no, but he did instill like. So my younger brother went to live with my dad for a little bit, and now like I'm working to undo.
But see,
some of
here's
the shit
another
that we
good thing
taught.
about your dad. He like I just think like you're not seeing like how much easier this would be if instead of you playing the dad,
No,
you let your
look,
dad
no.
be the dad and you be the son.
Wait, what happened when your brother went to live with your dad?
So my mom and my younger brother were like having it out all the time because my younger brother like robbed a liquor store and was like being an asshole and doing all this fuck shit, and he went to like job corps and got kicked out and it was a whole thing.
Yeah.
So my mom was like, listen, you can't stay here anymore. You got to go live with your dad. And so she sent him to live in Florida with my dad. and then my dad taught him how to steal like fucking credit cards.
good dad right there, huh? He taught his son how to steal credit cards.
And Ben's totally not listening. He's just waiting for the part that relates to his life so he can inject himself. That's
Boy,
the thing you gotta watch.
Ben
is
already
that
knows what he's gonna say, you know.
Yeah, exactly. He never listens to anybody. He's just like, okay, well, yeah, that's fucking.
What you need to do is get back with your dad. Tell your dad that you appreciate him. Suck his dick. Oh wait, hold on. That's advice for the daughters. Wait.
Yeah. Mm. Well, yes.
Yeah.
It was like a whole thing, and this was before my dad went to prison and turned to Islam. But so I would love to let my dad be a dad, right? It's just right now, like, because everybody.
Wait, back up. Did he say that's before my dad went to prison and turned to Islam?
Yes.
Can't stay
So
anymore.
Ben is in love
And so
now
she
because
sent him
his
to live
dad
in
turned to Islam in
Florida with my dad,
jail.
and then my dad taught him how to steal like fucking credit cards, and it was like a whole thing. And this was before my dad went to prison and turned to Islam.
Okay,
but so I would love to let my dad be a dad, right? It's just right now, like, because everybody looks to me like I'm like, again, this is why I'm going to school, and I'm leaving the town I live in so that I can get away from all this. Because like ultimately, if
Yeah,
like,
I agree.
I think the thing is
I
like,
agree.
When people come to you who care about you, you're gonna want to help them, right? Even if you know that it's not good for you, you're gonna want to.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking if I leave,
But you could
and they
be in
can't
fucking
physically
Australia.
come to me-
You're
If
going
only
to respond
Grace
to the
would
call.
listen to this guy, right? If only Grace would listen to this guy. He's like, I'm gonna go to school. Fuck these people.
Uh-huh.
I'm gonna do my own thing. I'm gonna progress myself in my own life. And she's like, I would wish that Grace is like, oh, well, this guy's a fucked up family. He's decided, fuck all of them. I'm gonna go my own way. I'm gonna make sure I'm successful. But she doesn't. She just keeps going,
I mean, based on this freeze frame right here, it kind of looks like Grace is kind of like there's maybe some sort of processing internally happening. I don't know. Probably not.
So.
You know, she said before there's like she's constantly like, I guess I would describe it as in war with herself, like what to do.
Yeah. She reads the chat, which is good if they'll let people chat. But
Yeah.
this guy is like saying things that she needs to listen to. He's like, no, I'm going to go to school. I'm not going to keep being like the parentified child. And she tries to get through, from what I saw, she tries to get through and go, I sympathize with this guy. Like he's the one that had to do all of this, so he needs to get away. But she still won't. She still won't.
Yeah. She definitely won't.
Sad.
Yeah, and she could be living her own life right now in college. It's summer, you know,
I'd
and enjoying
support
some, going to the beach, hanging out with friends, having some good times.
I'd
But
give her money if she did that. I'd give her money.
a lot of people would.
Danius wouldn't. OPC wouldn't, but I would.
Like if they would, even if they just faked it, if they just faked it for a while, be like, Grace
No
is leaving, guys, and Grace, because people would be like, yeah, they'll be pouring in donations left and right.
I know. It hurts me that she can't even fake it. But anyway,
that has
yeah.
happened multiple times. There's been multiple fake leavings where people send them donations.
Yeah, that is true. I'm surprised they haven't played that card yet, again, because like maybe enough because people will fall for it again. Some people will for sure. Anyway,
because you've been put in this position, and I'm not saying that's bad, but like. Yeah, I just really don't understand. If your dad turned to Islam, that means he's actually like sort of repudiated all of the bad behavior, at least theoretically. So
I do. Yeah,
why not encourage? Why not encourage your mother and yourself and your siblings and his other kids and his other baby mamas to like support him, because he has like a fucking town that's like his progeny that's going to like.
Yeah, never mind all the bad things your dad has done. Just apologize and just reconnect with them.
I saw this, like the dude had like 5 or 6 baby mamas.
Yeah.
And he tried to say like that's fine because that's a man's job is to spread his seed. So he was like, oh yeah, it's fine. He
Spread the seed and not even be there. Being
Yeah, and that's and you know what? It's the woman's fault that she allowed him to spread his seed. Like, what are you talking about? This is so crazy.
It is, right?
Kids all over. So he has kids in New York City. He has kids here. He has kids in the town that he's in right now, which is like 40 minutes away from me.
Yeah.
And so the 3 kids that live there in that town that he's in right now, he's cool to them. Like he's always at their graduations and all this other stuff. Like he's doing really good with them. I
Yeah.
think that if more kids were able to reach out to him and get to him, then he'd be a better dad.
So you're saying
But-
he doesn't respond to you if you communicate with him?
No. He just called me like a little bit ago. Like he is getting better. It's just, I mean, it's a little bit too late for me personally, but for my other siblings, it'd be great. I already did all my development, I think.
Ben's like, it's never too late. Never too late. Reconnect with them. That's what you need. You'll be happier.
I mean, like,
no,
the only thing I
that's
think I can
not
gain
true.
from him-
I hate to tell you this.
I'm
You
saying-
seem like you're a good
I'm saying
guy, but
all the development-
you're of course you're free to pursue this, but like you have not got that straightened out. And if you want to suffer and not get it straightened out, that's up to you. But you could resolve
what I
this
meant to
much
say was
more
all the
easily.
development
And
that-
see how you talk
all
over
the
me
development
because
I
you
could've-
don't. You talk over me because you don't want.
He don't respect dads. He don't respect the father.
Have you noticed how many times Ben has talked over this dude? Like, I mean, every time he's like, "You talk over me, you talk over me," because he's used to Grace just never ever talking over him.
Oh yeah, he'll
because-
talk over Grace. Grace can't get a word in, you know?
Yeah,
At
but then
all.
he talks to outsiders who don't know him, and he's like, "You're talking over me." Well, dude, you just talked over him every single time he talked, and this dude just like, bent the knee. He was like, "Yep, okay, go ahead, go ahead."
Yeah.
So he gets what he deserves. He gets what he gets.
Yep,
'Cause,
exactly.
you know,
Want me to make this
You
case to
deserve
you,
it.
but that's okay. But
No.
That's okay.
Sorry. I'll let you finish, but I think we're saying the same thing.
Yeah, I don't get like a sense of huge hostility here. I'm just suggesting to you, you can take it or leave it. But that if you downplayed the extent to which you get it and you're going to be like the person who gives advice in the family, because I don't think you actually are there, and you like are fine to judge your dad and say he's a monster. And you said that like you think it's fitting that his face is.
Oh, look at Grace doing the pin thing.
Oh yeah, oral fixation.
Yep.
Oral fixation.
She kind of
What,
does
she
it
got
for
the
her chat
jaws
too.
pattern? What's she got?
Half
Oh,
paralyzed
that's the clover hat.
because he was
Okay.
doing gangster shit.
Yeah.
Like that's a very harsh thing to say about your father.
I'm-
I don't think you're. I mean, I know that there's other sides to you that do appreciate him, but like, I think if you gave him an enormous more amount of respect, that your life would become way easier.
Wait, hang on a second though. I
I need to respect my father, who's went to prison and all this stuff. There's a lot of history there in the family that is just not very good. But you just need to respect him. Okay.
Yes, absolutely. Because he's a male and he's the father figure. I mean, what's there to question? It's obvious.
Yeah, right.
Deadman, I think you have daddy issues. I'm just gonna say, I think
Yeah.
you have daddy issues.
Yeah. Yeah. That's the
Because you're
go-to
not
here.
accepting.
Absolutely.
I have a question because I have a lot of empathy for him as an oldest child who is.
1 second. So hold on. I am at work.
Yeah.
And there's I work security. There's a guy coming in. I will 1 second. I'll turn my camera on. Give me just a second.
That's telling, actually. That thing about the camera angle is very telling.
You're a security.
Yeah.
Just so you know.
Yeah, Grace does not want the
Yes.
camera on her at all for some reason.
No, because it's his thing. Because it's a Ben thing. She doesn't even want to take part in this, but it's his thing, and he's like, "No, you take it." She's like, "I
Yep.
don't want to take it. I'm just taking it because you're making me have to take it right now. So no, you get the camera." And he's like, "Nope, you." So it's very telling as far as their relationship. I think maybe I'm reading too much into it, but
Okay, and
Anyway.
XP said in the chat, did we hear about Raymond beating up his girlfriend and accusing her of abusing him? Sounds like a Ben Thorp. I'm not sure who Raymond is.
it's not Tropic. It sounds like a Tropic tale.
Wait. I don't know.
Maybe you misspelled it or something, or
I don't know.
autocorrected. But
The officer. No, I have a question though. I don't understand. Dad, his dad was irresponsible, had a bunch of kids, and then
whoa. I wouldn't.
Much like you, Father.
I wouldn't.
Much like you.
I wouldn't say necessarily that's the case. He was high school sweethearts with this guy's mother. Got her pregnant without putting a ring on it. Okay.
Oh, it sounds like Ben's story.
Gangster who should never have been in this country in the first place.
Well, he might be a citizen. I don't know.
Oh, Juice found us. What's up, Juice?
Okay, stayed with her for 3 or 4 years, and then she says he cheated on her. Okay, but I'm sorry.
Oh yeah, this definitely sounds like something Ben could relate to. Well, except for the he cheated on her part. You know.
Oh, it's total projection. That's
Yeah.
why it was such gold that when I was on my lunch break, I turned it on and this was what popped up. I was like, oh my God, this is such projection. It's great. I mean, I don't know. Grace is like trying to make a point, trying to make a point, and he's trying to like project his shit. So it was gold, this whole segment. So
yeah.
You know.
It's they say talk about what you know, right?
Here
we are.
And here we are.
Not really cheating.
Yeah. There we go.
Okay.
True.
Then he moved on, but always had the kids, right? And it seems like generally was interested in supporting the kids. Where is the irresponsibility? I don't quite get it.
17 kids.
Wait.
Kids with 6 baby mamas?
17 kids with 6 baby mamas? How is that man trying to support these kids? That's a lot of kids.
Oh, he's not. From what I gathered, yeah.
He's just setting up franchises, man. Like they're going to be setting up their own. Yeah, I mean, like.
But no, so
Go ahead.
So from what I heard, his first wife had 4 kids, and then 16 after. So I don't know how you divide that, how you do that math, but there was the first wife that had like 4 kids, and then I guess second through whatever had so many kids, but it was putative wives, so I don't think it counts.
Yeah.
As long as he's Catholic, I think it's okay. I think he can claim no contest in court and not have to pay child support.
Yeah. That marriage didn't even count. Okay.
Exactly. Putative wife.
Oh man, I was gonna say something about this. It's like people will raise us think about like fatherless households, and sure, fine, yeah, sure, yeah, it's good to have a father in the household, sure, absolutely. But you know what doesn't help though to the whole problem with fatherless households is when fathers go around and start making other families. Like you can't be the father for all of them. It's like all those wives, all those baby mamas all those baby mamas aren't gonna be living in the same house. That's not going to work. You know, that's just not working. And even if the guy did pay child support, that's like
yeah, that's
a lot of different baby mamas. Yeah,
I didn't understand about the whole conversation is that there were so many multiple women in a short, but he was also not a citizen. So I don't know how they could have gotten married if he's not a citizen. Don't you have to do that when you get married by law? You have to be a citizen. So I don't know. It was crazy. I didn't watch that.
I mean, if they have like, you know, false identity and all that stuff.
ID, yeah. It was like a gangster or something.
Hey, Mr. D, I was supposed to come in here and tell you to scroll up in the chat because you're not reading the chat.
I am reading the chat. I did read the chat. I've been reading.
There's
the
girl.
They don't seem to think you
well,
are
one
reading
person,
the chat,
XP. I did read it.
Okay.
This is all stuff we talked before. The parallels. Yeah, we talked about that. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. That's all I came in to say. I'm like busy. I'm just watching you.
Oh,
all right,
Snail, you're not busy. Don't.
What? You want me to take a break? I'm trying to finish this project, dude. I'm like, okay, I'll take a 5-minute break. Okay.
Yeah. Let's comment on this with Dead Man. It's really fun. All right, let's go.
All right. So for the chat, yes, the parallels between what are we talking about? Like, I guess NoFap and I guess Ben. Is that what we're saying?
I'm not reading the chat, but I would think it's NoFap and King is what was on the Ruby stuff, but that was way earlier. So
That was way earlier. We talked about
What's
that.
what's going on?
I don't know.
That there is a parallel between Ben and the way Tropic responded to his like allegations or whatever.
Yeah.
Like blaming her for being crazy, even though he got arrested. So.
Huh? I mean, I had
Like
my case
pointing the
dismissed
finger,
and pled
projection.
guilty.
Oh yeah, no, I was listening to that
Like,
part.
Ben,
But that's just
Ben
what
is on
chat.
camera taking Grace. Like some moron
Yeah.
like did like a meme about like, me and Ben together and shit. But it's just like obviously completely different situations.
I didn't even realize Tropic was in here, honestly, because he's been all zonked out for like a long time.
Yeah.
No, I've
He
been
just
I've been
woke-
cleaning
he
my
just
house.
woke back
I just had
up.
to bring some groceries inside.
Okay, so I think what chat, which again I'm not reading, but what they're trying to say is the deflection. Tropic deflects to it's all her fault, and Ben, deflects to it's all everybody else's fault. And you're like, well, you got no charges on me because you know what happened to Ben? The charges were dropped. You know what happened to Tropic? The charges were dropped. So
Like no contest, and he's on camera. So
now I will
like,
say this
it's just
too.
a dumb comparison.
Like the one thing, the other big difference too is, well, here I'll tell you what. I'll just read it. The way I guess NoFap will obfuscate by saying it's different because Ben never denied hitting her, but that is playing the exact same kind of word game Ben plays. So, Tropic, do you feel like you're playing word games with the thing?
He denied hitting Courtney quite a bit.
I think Ben is on camera hitting Grace, so like whatever Ben says is kind of irrelevant. But he did plead no contest, which is the same as a guilty plea. So
what did you plea? What did you plea?
the case was dismissed. I never even entered a plea.
It sounds like
yeah.
It sounds like the prosecutor dropped it. If that is what happened, if it is that.
Yeah.
Now,
Like I said earlier, it just.
I would like to see, of course, the court documents to know for sure, so we could just put the whole thing to rest. I mean, if you did it, just say you did it. But if you didn't, I mean, just be honest. Just be honest. If what you're saying is you're gonna say, that's the honest truth, just okay. I'll just like this to see some documentation that would be great. That could help kind of put all this to rest here. Obviously, people are still going to make jokes, obviously, because there's that thing, it's going to happen. I do think it's kind of wild that you had this half Spanish, half Jewish lady take a knife to you. That was wild.
Yeah,
She was legitimately crazy.
Yeah.
And it was because of the Ozempic or because she was crazy?
Well, the Ozempic caused her the shit over the place. He didn't tell us about that part, but he left that out.
Okay.
But
she was crazy before, but the Ozempic would make it like 1,000 times worse.
Is it like act like a steroid or something like that?
It's a
Makes them
hormone.
rage out.
Yeah.
It makes you like feel full and nauseated when you feel satisfaction. Like also when like she was taking cocaine. When she was doing cocaine on Ozempic, like
oh wow,
she would get nauseated and overstimulated, and she stopped doing cocaine because of like the bad reaction to it.
Okay.
Wait. She was doing cocaine?
Yeah, once in a while.
So she's full and nauseated, and she's doing cocaine. Is that your claim right now? Because that makes literally zero sense. If anybody's ever done drugs, you don't do cocaine and get full and satiated.
Yeah, that's not what I said though. So.
No, that was the Ozempic, Southern. Like that's what Ozempic does to you, apparently. But I didn't know she was doing coke. That's funny. It's probably like half fentanyl too. Like these days.
Yeah, I just don't believe that would lead to somebody stabbing you in your thigh with
the pictures.
money.
So the pictures that
Look at what
They're
happened to
psycho crazy.
Hartman. Look
I
at what
wanted to
happened
ask
to Hartman.
about the
Like his
girlfriend.
wife got on the cocaine and then she shot him in his bed.
Yeah, it can make you crazy, especially because like street drugs are cut with like so much
Oh,
stuff anymore.
she
But
got
I
on the
just so
cocaine. The
the
cocaine.
girlfriend. Shut up, Southern. So you know the girlfriend that you like showed us or whatever that's the girlfriend, the one that I thought was fake.
Wait a minute. I've never seen a girlfriend. No, I need
He
I need
posted a
fresh
picture with
pics.
a girl like at his
Wait,
house like a long time
Well,
ago.
there's a picture of this girl?
I just don't believe.
I'm
Okay,
pretty
here's the thing.
sure. Yeah,
If
that's what I was
she was that,
asking. I didn't know if it was real or not.
okay, here's my last word on it. If she was that fucking crazy, the fact that you stayed with her for 2 years and impregnated her, that's your own damn fault.
Yeah, you made your
You
bet
need
on
to
that one,
check
man. For
yourself.
sure.
He's
For sure.
a victim of abuse.
I was in
Okay,
love
he's
with
like
her.
great.
So
He's a
I
victim
You're
of
in
abuse.
love with a
was
woman who
committed
would
to her.
stab you in the leg. You're fucking insane. I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
Yeah.
You need to figure something out. Like,
That is true.
okay, so what does that say about you? What does that say about you, Tropic? If that's the
guess
woman you're
he-
in love with,
He's a hopeless romantic.
Aw.
no.
Everyone
No,
thought it
no
was a
knife is going to keep him
man,
away from his true
but-
love. Okay.
Wow.
He didn't answer the question about if they ever did knife play in the bedroom.
That is a good question.
That might
I
just
never
be like a
heard
kink.
him
Yes.
answer you.
Tropic?
He fell asleep again. He overdosed on kratom.
No, there was never any knife play. That's that. Ugh.
So no knife
You
play.
didn't do knife play? Okay, so
Did you
how
put
does
on
she
your
have an-
furry mask when you guys had sex?
Well, she did. Wait, no Fap. I do recall you saying that she was complaining about all the dog fur. Did the dog fur come from?
Like your dog or your fursuit or I just
Come
know
on now.
Tropic
I
likes
think
to put the mask
honestly,
on. I didn't know.
honestly, no Fap. Look, man, I give everyone here a fair shake. Okay, like I think the
Yes.
best way to put this to rest, to put this whole thing to rest, is we will need to see the document. And it should be very
Yeah.
simple to get, like you said. I'm sure Shamu, someone else is hot in the case there. There's good reporters out in the field looking. Okay, and if you find that, like let's put this thing to
I'm pretty
rest.
sure that Shamu has already looked up the court records, and
Yeah.
he just probably doesn't feel like releasing them or anything like that. He wants Shamu to spit at me.
I don't believe that you don't have your own court records though. That's where it makes me suspicious. Is nobody is like, oh, there's records up there of me, but
Don't you think like somebody would have already found them at this point though? Like if
Yeah.
they're
I mean,
if he
yeah,
didn't
that's what I
drop
just said. I
them,
think
so
somebody
I just
probably
wanted to
already
check.
has found them. They probably just don't feel like posting them
well,
because
let's clear the record and you just post
I'll
them.
find
If
Yeah.
you're
them.
that
I'm a
innocent,
crazy
That'd be
internet
fair.
hacker.
That'd be fair. I think so.
if you're that innocent and it's not that big of a deal, then just post them. I don't
Yeah.
get the fucking problem.
And it should be a
It's
Or
pretty
even just
simple
like a
document.
notarized letter from her saying, "Hey, yo, I dropped the charges," and have it like notarized at the bank or something.
No, we don't need a
That
notarized
would
letter.
also work.
Well,
Just
that's not
black
going to
out the
happen.
name.
That's more impossible than just requesting. Because the transcript would have to be very short. If it is indeed the prosecutors has dropped it, it would be like a couple of lines and then that's it. But
All right, so here's what I'm thinking. He's claiming she's a wealthy Jewish Spanish woman, but yet she didn't have lawyers to like try to proceed with this case. But yet she dropped the case. It wasn't a public defender situation. I think Tropic had a public defender,
yeah,
and they were like, "Fuck this." So
Maybe there was just like physical abuse on like both sides, so it just was super sketch to begin with.
King situation.
No,
Yeah, it's a
you know
king
what else?
situation.
wait. So no Fap. If you could kind of just explain the situation just a little bit again, like the night where it went down. It was you were where? Were you in her condo?
yeah, we were at her
Okay.
condo.
We got the location. Condo. Okay. Who was there? All the people, just you and her?
Yeah, just me and her.
Okay. All right. Now, what were you doing?
me see.
Let's take us.
I was just, I mean, when she was in her room doing her makeup.
Okay, so
getting ready to
she's
go
in her
out
room
for
doing her
dinner.
makeup, and you were where?
I was out on the couch just chilling.
Okay, so was that living
And,
room? I'm guessing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So then what?
She came out, and that's when she got angry about my pants.
Okay.
That kind of kicked her ass
Okay.
off.
The part that I didn't understand
Hold
is
on,
why she was
no.
mad at the pants.
Okay, well, hold on. Okay, so she comes out of the room. She put on makeup, and for context, I believe you said the makeup because you guys were going on a date or something, or you're going out to eat.
Yeah.
Okay, where were y'all going to go out to eat at?
A Japanese restaurant.
Okay, was it like high end?
It was pretty good. Not super
Okay.
expensive, but like it's
Okay.
just like $25 a day usually.
Okay, so she comes in, sees you wearing sweatpants, and then what? Well, what
I
did
was
she
actually wearing
say to you?
track pants, not sweatpants.
Okay, well, okay, what did she say to you? What did she do?
I mean, like, she said, I think she said like sweatpants. Really, you're wearing sweatpants to dinner? It's a faux pas.
Okay, and then what did you say?
Well, like, I offered to, like, she was having me keep my clothes in my car because she's like crazy. So I offered to like go out and like go get a different pair of pants out of my fucking car.
Okay.
Why? Okay,
So
hold on. You
so
have to
wait.
back that up.
You've been with her for years, for 2 years, right? Were y'all living
Yeah,
together
yeah,
for
and,
this whole
like,
2 years?
Yeah, I was actually living there and sleeping in there, but she was having me keep my fucking clothes out in my fucking car.
Is there
She
like
was fucking.
what was the reason for that?
I think she just didn't want them in like a closet anymore. She thought like it was taking up space or some shit like that.
He does have a lot of clothes, though. Like, to be fair, like that guy has a lot of clothes.
I hear that, but if
I do, but it wasn't a huge amount.
was there
You're
some
very
sort of
much a
issue with that?
diva,
Is there
though.
like did
Yep.
she own the condo? Did her parents own the condo?
Oh yeah, she owns the condo.
She owned the condo, and you guys were living together, but she wouldn't allow you to have any space at all for your clothes, even just a couple.
I had like two. I think like about a bag and a half worth of.
Dude,
About a bag
do
and
you
a
admit? Do you admit
worth
you were
of-
the bitch in the relationship at this point?
Shut up! I want to hear the
Okay,
story. Southern.
Okay.
Okay,
All right.
Get back
All right.
on track.
All right.
Get back
Don't
on
worry. Don't worry.
track.
Okay. Okay. So
Yeah,
so we have that.
didn't
We
believe
have
in.
well, we have that she's not happy with what you're dressed, and she's talking to you. You're talking to her, but that doesn't lead to getting arrested. So what happened next?
She kept like talking about like things that were making her angry and just getting angrier and angrier.
Okay.
And eventually, that's where I started to kind of like zone out. I was just like too tired. I couldn't even like hear what she was saying. She got angry at me about some shit. Then she came up to me. I was by the door. She grabs me by the shoulders. And like she like pushes me backwards to like hit my head against the door.
Oh my lord.
Okay.
Punching me. And like pulling my hair out, not just pulling on the hair, but actually like ripping, like pulling like huge amounts of fucking hair off my head. And then at some point we both fell down. Like she was like trying to like throw me and ended up just like kind of like falling and pulling me over. And at that point, that was about where the fight ended. She decided I wasn't like hurt enough, and she would call the police and fuck with me.
Okay. So she grabbed your shoulder. She pushed you against the wall or door or something like that, right? And then somehow y'all both ended up on the floor.
Yeah, I think she was. She was pulling me. She was grabbing me by the hair and like pulling me down. I think she was like trying to throw me on the ground, some shit. Like
Okay,
that.
so when she was coming after you, what were you doing with your hands?
I was using one of those lint rollers to try and get dog hair off of some of her clothes.
Wait. So while she was attacking you, you're using a lint roller to get dog hair off of her clothes?
Yeah, like
Hold on. No fap. I'm trying to really understand this. If I try to recreate this as a cartoon, maybe someone could draw this and animate this. You are getting attacked by this half Hispanic, half Jewish lady, and you are actively trying to take the dog hair off her clothes?
Yeah, I was right by the door. I was trying to get. It wasn't the clothes she was wearing. It was like a jacket or something.
Oh.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
I think I was literally just trying to like get the dog fur off of her fucking like a jacket, and then I think that's when she attacked me. Like I was so tired that I couldn't hear her even like think about what she was saying at that point.
okay, so you're there trying to take the dog hair off her jacket with using a lint roller, and she's pushing you against the door, and you're just like, and then okay, but somehow you both end up on the floor. That usually requires like momentum from your side as well. Somehow, like push against the wall, or what happened there?
You know, she was grabbing my hair with one hand and hitting me with the other. So like the hair was in my eyes, so I couldn't really like see, really much of what's going on. But she was pulling my head down like over and over. And like it was like she just kind of like threw her weight down and like pulled me by the hair down on her.
Okay, how much does this woman weigh? How much does this woman weigh? Can I
I
start?
think 200. She's around 200 pounds,
She's a
and
big
she's
girl.
trained in martial arts.
Yeah,
Like she's
a
in
big
boxing,
girl.
kickboxing as well. Like
Oh wait, hold
one
She's
time,
like
I
muscular, large.
was leaning over, just trying to put my like leash on my dog, and she like Sparta kicks me directly in the liver.
Wait, hold on. No fap. Now you're doing another task while you're being attacked. So you stopped doing the lint roller thing. Now you're putting a leash on your dog while she's attacking you.
That was a different story. That was a completely different story.
Okay,
different
okay.
time.
Just making sure. Okay. All right. So she's a big girl. She pushed you down. Then she's attacking you. Do you defend yourself?
I had one hand trying to unpeel her fingers out of my hair, and the other hand was like holding her wrist so that she couldn't pull the hair out. And that's basically the extent of what I was doing.
Okay.
Do you think she told you to grow that hair just so she could grab it and shove your face into the carpet? Is my question, because you
Well,
only
I mean-
grew your hair out because of her, right? So
She really enjoyed like styling and cutting my hair.
it's
So
premeditated at this point. She was like, "Grow your hair out, bitch, so I can grab it and fucking throw your face into the carpet." That seems like it's a probable cause kind of situation, you know?
She wanted to style your hair. You love doing
Yeah.
that. So you're like a living doll for her.
That was
Pretty much.
probably when his hair was all like weird and like you could tell it's
Okay,
been, like,
I have some
curled
questions
with,
from the
like,
chat
an
though.
iron.
Adam has a question. First of all, he said, "A tracksuit. Is this guy Russian? Are you Russian? No fap."
I have a ton of tracksuits.
True. I've seen a lot of them.
Okay, so you might be Russian. All right. Is the
He's
guy
very Slovakian coded, just so anybody knows.
and is the guy devoid of testosterone? Is the other
High
question.
testosterone.
You got high T count?
Yeah.
It's like
He used to, and then he went trans, so that's not a thing anymore. For this fat girlfriend, you stopped working out, you stopped having high T. You were like, "Oh, I'm gonna get pussy with this fat girl, so I'm just gonna stop like being masculine." And I don't like that about you. I think you were doing better before when you were doing the deadlifts and like in your backyard, and and it just seems like you fell off. Is all I'm saying. For this fat bitch, that's the thing. Why did you fall off? So you could fuck a fat bitch? Like what?
I still have high testosterone. Like that's just a genetic thing. But like
No,
I earlier, like she literally kept me from sleeping.
No,
when I
you
was-
stayed with her. Do not. She made me. No woman can make you do anything. Don't even fucking try that line of reasoning. No woman can make you do anything. You chose a fat bitch that abused you, stabbed you in the leg, and did
Stab me.
all
She was
shoved
threatening
your
to
face.
stab me.
Threatening. Yeah. So did she actually stab you or no?
No.
Okay. All right. So during this altercation, afterwards, she said she was going to call the police. You said.
Yeah.
Okay. What happens then?
Like I just waited for the police to come. Like it was pretty obvious that she had attacked me, but the cops just made up like a bullshit story for the report. They claimed that I don't want to talk too much about it, but they just lied a few times on the
Okay.
report to try
I
to
mean,
make me look more guilty.
sometimes cops lie. What was the lie that the cops said?
I get into too much like detail like right now because I kind of
Why
want
does
to
it
sue
matter?
them
You said that it was closed, like a closed case.
because I kind of want to sue them.
You want to sue the cops?
Yeah, that's a
Yeah.
civil matter, right? So,
Well,
I mean, if it's
hey,
true,
Talk about it with Snail and Fed Up Southern Girl on
Oh my lord, we'll find out about it anyway.
Hey,
Like,
if you want to
chill.
sue the
if it's
cops, man,
true-
if the cops lied, and you want to sue them, like, don't you think you would have support?
yes,
Um,
I would support you.
I from like Snail and Fed Up Southern Girl and like people like her, there would be constant sabotage.
Wait a minute.
What the
People like
heck? I have
people like
never sabotaged anyone in my whole life.
if you know
Okay?
anything about us, you know we're about justice and truth. And I
Justice,
just don't
peace,
believe you're
and
telling the
truth.
truth right now. You're not fucking telling the truth. That's
I
why
want,
your
let
fucking
me say one
story is
thing,
full of holes.
Snell. The way you said I never sabotaged anyone in your life, that
I was thinking of you, and then I was like, "Oh wait, I guess I have done that."
but the way you said that, it sounded sarcastic. Okay, I'm just saying.
Okay.
Okay.
I tried to be like serious, and then I was like, "Oh
He
wait."
always sounds sarcastic. That's just Snail. But I'm being genuine. Like if you are on the side of truth, I would be completely behind you. But I don't think you
Yeah,
have
for
the
real.
truth behind you. So
So-
I'm sorry, but
so-
your story is full of fucking holes. So
Well, like
go ahead, Dad.
the thing I was trying to do here, NoFap, with you is try to help clear the air by like just kind of like having it explained in a way that makes sense. Okay,
It can't
go
because she's
through it
mentally
logically. Take me step by
Yeah.
step. But we're
It
right
wasn't
here.
a logical thing, Ed, man. She's mentally ill.
I understand that, but even with that, there's a chain of events. There's a timeline, and we're right here at the moment where the cops are there and they're about to arrest you. When they come up with some, you say a lie, okay, and
What was
and
the
then
lie?
of course we're left in the dark. There's a shroud there, and it's like I understand you don't want to get into it because you want to sue them, but I don't think that's gonna. How's it gonna hurt your case? How's Southern Girl and Snell gonna sabotage that?
That's another question that would just be dumb to answer.
No,
I
truth
barely
is
can.
true.
Me and Southern can barely work our iPhones, so
Exactly. I know. Truth is truth, dude. Just speak your truth. If it's actually true, the cops won't use
sabotage.
anything against you. But we are not internet
Literally,
investigators.
it doesn't matter because the case is dismissed.
Okay, so then you should be able to tell us what they lied about.
There
if
you
they
go.
lied about it.
There you
All right,
go.
all right. Fine, I'll tell you. God, you guys are such
Yeah.
cunts. God,
We're
you
not.
No,
I think we're
we're
being pretty
asking-
nice.
are
but-
such cunts.
Hey,
We're asking questions.
ladies, be nice, okay. He's
We
gonna,
are
he's gonna say.
being nice. You've
Just-
heard me mean.
Okay, what was the lie that these dirty cops said?
Yeah, he claimed that I contradicted my story and that I was trying to flee the apartment because I came out of the apartment when the police got there. Like it'd been several minutes of me waiting there for the police.
Okay. So
And I
what-
walk out of the apartment and they try to claim I was fleeing the scene.
That's a pretty big lie to like make
And
up.
it was all, I'm pretty sure it was all recorded on body camera, so I mean,
Oh, babe.
Well, okay. So they
Okay.
said so they say that it looked like you fled the scene, but What else did they say about what it looked like when they cuffed you and stuff? I mean, did they say what she said?
They didn't tell me what she said. No.
But normally in these situations, because I've been watching a lot of the cops arresting people footage, I love that stuff. They talk to you, they talk to her, and they talk to you again, or maybe just one time. Like, they didn't say anything?
No, they didn't tell me what she was saying.
Okay, so they just cuff you and say, you're fleeing the scene. Did you resist arrest?
No.
Okay, so they say, you're fleeing the scene. We're going to arrest you for fleeing the scene.
No, I only learned about that in the police report later.
Okay, because I think what was the
When they
charge?
arrested
The charge
you, they
was
have
like
to
what?
tell you why
was-
they're arresting you.
What was the charge? What was it again? Was it battery?
Yeah, misdemeanor battery. 'Cause,
Okay.
like, she was pretty much uninjured. Like, the only injuries she had were the ones she gave herself attacking me.
Okay, what injuries did she give herself attacking you?
Really nothing. Like, here's another thing. She was biting my freaking hand at one point.
Okay.
Like, she was almost trying to take a fucking chunk out of it.
Oh damn.
Okay, but can we go back to this? So they arrested you while you were fleeing the scene. You were fleeing the scene. Fleeing.
Oh, come on.
Isn't that what you said? You were fleeing the scene.
Well,
I
he
mean,
said that's what the
kind of
cops
a
lied about.
drastic. Yeah, but that's pretty drastic, like to lie about, like honestly, because
Yeah, I'm trying
it
to
really
figure
tacks
out.
onto your charges if you're fleeing the
Yeah, I
scene.
mean, I feel like if they hadn't lied, the judge might have just dismissed it the next morning. But
Have a good
like,
night, Adams.
because
Before
so
Adams
I feel
leaves,
like they owe me money for that.
Adams in the chat, he did say that NoFap sounds like Gothic King Cobra, and that he should eat some more cat food, dude. That's a reference to Gothic King Cobra. Okay, that's interesting. Interesting reference there. Do you think you sound like Gothic King Cobra?
Maybe I don't think so, but maybe.
Can you say I'm your sexy bad boy? Oh man, what does he say on YouTube? Man, he says it all the time.
See, Gothic bad boy, I think.
Yeah.
Don't
Let me
get
see.
topic into the sexy talk stuff.
I'm your sexy. I can. How the fuck does he say it?
I don't know. You know what? But yeah. Anyway, let's go back to the fleeing the scene thing. So you said the cops said it looked like you're fleeing the scene, but you say you're not fleeing the scene, right?
It didn't even look like I was fleeing the scene. The cops just, lied.
But you said it's on body cam, right? Probably.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, I'm too lazy to look this shit up, but now that
Yeah.
you describe it, I think I might have to. I might have to look it up.
Yeah.
I would have never even
I
thought.
just love body cam footage.
Yes.
Like,
It's the
I love it, and then it always ends up on like the stuff we see sometimes of like
Yeah.
people in the sector.
I love that
and then
stuff.
it ends up on like normie channels like
Yeah.
Ewu and all that
Yeah.
shit. I'm like, fuck, I was watching that live.
Yeah.
So, Tropic, what
Yeah.
what is the body cam going to show exactly? What is the body cam going to show exactly? Is the cops getting called, they come to your house, and then what? Exactly.
I just come out of the apartment. I talk to them, explain to them everything what happened very calmly, and they go to the side for like a little bit, decide how they're gonna fabricate the report, then they arrest me.
Wait, why is it fabricate? I don't understand that. Why is it fabricate?
Fed up. We just explained this.
Here's the thing. Here's the thing. Like, okay, so if they saw marks on her, it just sounds reasonable to me that the cops would be like, okay, well, looks like there's marks on her. It looks like he might have been the aggressor, or we're gonna arrest him for that.
Normally they take both of them in that situation. Like that's what I've seen. So
And they interview
it's
them
that bad,
separately.
Yeah.
They interview them separately. So is there going to be that? If we look into it, is there going to be that? Where you have an
was she
interview?
arrested too, or just you? Were you both arrested?
I mean, I would assume so.
Okay.
So they
Hey,
took
we're putting the
you.
pieces together.
Yeah, they took you. They interviewed you. They took you to the station. You got your mugshot. You stayed in holding cell or whatever for how many days?
It actually ended up taking 8 days because it's kind of a bitch to get out of jail.
8 days.
That is tough. That is rough.
Yeah.
You're like Ben Thorp.
You didn't
over here.
have probably didn't have bond money or something.
Now,
Where's your
Ben,
parents? Stop it.
Ben said being in jail was fun, though. Was it fun in your experience?
It was actually like a relief when I got there because I could actually sleep again.
That's also what Ben said.
And you had to detox, right? So what was that like? Like detoxing off of kratom for fucking 8 days. What was like? Was that brutal or what?
Not really.
It wasn't
was like
too bad?
gone. It was gone. Like I only felt withdrawals for like the first day or two.
And then you started using right when you got home again?
Pretty soon.
Okay.
All right, y'all. I gotta dip out. It was good to talk to you, though. Thanks,
It was good.
man.
It was good.
appreciate y'all.
I really do hope we
Have
can
a good one.
put this all behind us. That's what I'm really hoping we
I
can. Just get it
know,
out there. Right now, no Fab, you're kind of in the barrel, so to speak.
I love y'all. You're fun.
If I ever get busted for putting hands on my wife, it'd be the same thing, dude. No one would believe anything I say. I'd be like, I swear, you could look it up.
We
and
would
all this stuff.
be questioning you so badly. Yeah.
Exactly.
Same with anyone. It's not like, Anywho.
Anyway.
I took a long enough break.
People would be like going crazy about this if they found out a bit about it before the case was dismissed.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
That's true.
Well, eventually, it will all come to light.
You make a lot of enemies, bro. I don't know what to tell you. So.
No, Fab, it does sound like you have a lot of enemies. Anymore, I'm on the path of trying to make friends. Trying to
America has
bridge people
enemies
together.
'cause number one.
Go ahead.
That man and I have healed, I think.
I said America has a lot of enemies because it's number one. You know, when you're number one and you have a lot of enemies, it's just the way of the world.
Oh,
For
yeah.
real. Mm-hmm.
All right. That's cool. That's
All
good
right.
to know. All right. Well,
All right.
I'm going to continue with the Thorp stuff here.
You guys, I'm
was-
going to listen to this. But
Okay.
I'm going to bounce off.
All right.
Bye, guys.
All right. No Fab. Well, yeah, you can hang around if you want to. It's cool too. Let me know if
I
there's.
might sign off a little bit. I'm not really saying too much.
Yeah. All right, I'm gonna play this bit here, and I'm gonna speed it up a little bit too. All right.
I think
Responsible?
you said 16 kids.
16 kids with 6 baby mamas?
I think you could say that's not ideal.
Mm.
But
16 kids with 6 baby moms? That is impressive.
But I mean, if a part of man's job is to sow his seed, like he has certainly fulfilled that task.
Well, yeah. I would agree, but
I mean, he's a reproductive baller. So, like, compared to an incel, sorry, all the other people on Discord. I mean, he's kind of a baller. He's definitely. But I agree. I'm not going to say this situation is objectively perfect. But you know, an interesting thing I was thinking about Valtava. He wants to get all of those kids together.
yeah.
And I think that could be a little bit risky because, say you meet, say some of them are like near his age.
Mhm.
If you meet your half sister, you're a male. You meet your half sister. You've never interacted with her. All of a sudden, you could create tensions and problems. You know what I mean?
What?
That are
okay.
You know what I mean?
Well, yeah. But wait, no.
Because
Can we
you
just
would be very
focus on
attracted to
Can we just focus on one point though? How is his
You meet your half sister for the first time when you're adults. You might just be attracted to her. What the fuck? Okay.
supposed to show his dad a lot of respect from his point of view? And it's very understandable that he thinks this.
This is what I'm saying.
Let me answer.
He
Let me
needs to
finish saying.
reconsider his point of view, and that's why we're going through it. And I'm going, wait a second.
Okay, but how is he? But his dad left him to be parentified by his mother, and
Well, you say he left him. I don't know. Maybe he didn't leave his kids so much as he couldn't deal with their mother.
So
I don't know.
I mean, listen, I won't lie. There was a lot of tension between them. There was a mutual split, and it was shitty. the thing is that my mom gave him every instant. She co-signed a house for him where he lived close by so that he could be close by. He just kept going to prison. Like, that was
Okay,
really why
okay. Wait, well, let me ask you this question about your mom and dad. Does your mom kind of think she's the responsible one and he's irresponsible?
Yeah.
Yes. Okay, that sounds like she's kind of a mommy to him, and that's unhealthy.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. It's
Okay.
Here's the thing, right? When you have somebody who's 18, 19, having kids, right? I don't think either of my parents already have kids, right? Like, and that's why,
I would say
when I
probably.
say like, I don't. Yeah, that's why I.
I mean, your
when I
mother
had
gave
kids, I want
birth to you in
be,
prison. Why was she in prison?
It's complicated.
It's pretty hard to get into
Smuggling?
prison as a woman. I've tried to get
He
women
said it
in
was
prison.
for cocaine.
Drugs.
Well, that's an easy way to get in prison.
Something like that.
Well, no.
Yeah,
it
how's it
wasn't
going, Ben
cocaine, like, I
Love?
was just saying shit.
Oh,
Okay. It was just. They were just smoking.
And Sin Orange, how's it going, man?
It's a joke.
Hold on.
Oh.
It's hard to get like,
I think there's somebody-
especially if you're a pregnant woman. It's really hard to get thrown in jail. And like judges are going to want to do everything
I
they can
agree.
to not have a pregnant woman thrown in jail. So this idea, like, see, he doesn't want to say like mom was a criminal.
Well, he said he doesn't
What?
really know, and she never talked about it. And there's some kind of
Could
theory
you
that she
turn off
was.
his webcam? His idea is on the table.
Was she smuggling
Oh.
drugs for the gang, maybe?
I don't know how to turn off his webcam.
Well, mostly I'm in jail as a pregnant woman for narcotics, so not a bad guess.
I'm sure it had something to do with his gang activities, but I'm just saying. Here's my
No matter
contention.
what, she's a hoe. She's a hoe.
I do think there is a hoe factor here that is like just being glanced over. Yes, a lot of young people don't get married,
Mhm.
but
Sorry,
you're with a
dude,
guy
your
for
mom
3
was a
years in
hoe.
high school.
Mm-hmm.
Then you have not 1, not 2, not 3. You have 4 kids with him, and nowhere along the line are you saying like,
Yeah.
you know,
right,
it's
right.
not even a one-off, and then like let's put a ring on it.
That is crazy.
Because as a woman, Grace, I think you would say, okay,
and then a 5th.
well, and then a 5th
Yeah.
to try to maybe get him back in. But right, but like, so what I'm saying is like, as a woman, when you take a dick, and we all know that, you know, there are ways to avoid getting pregnant, but if you're not doing those things, yeah, there are accidents that happen, but they don't happen 4 times in 4 years, right? So
Oh yeah.
you
yeah,
kind
yeah.
of say like, you get it, and I think I doubt she had a lot of abortions in between any of this, right? So you're saying I'll bring a kid into the
Yeah,
world
actually-
without locking the daddy
Yeah.
down for that kid. That's not good mothering.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying?
So-
That's
so
a mother's
the thing with
job
my
because
mom
the guy's gonna bust a nut. You know what I mean?
Probably why you have a
So the mother failed. The mother failed. That's why the dad left the house. It's the mom's fault.
pig ring.
So in between my mom having my sister Micaiah and my younger brother Mathis, she did like they were a little bit more serious at the time. Like they were a little more steady. They had a place. They were together. They were in this house for like a year. And my mom and him did discuss marriage, and then my dad went to prison again. So it's like,
Wait a second. That's
like,
between
again,
the
my-
4th.
See, that's the thing that happens. There's like this criminal element that's constant in this family, and everyone keeps going back to jail.
and 5th kid,
that was between the second and third.
2nd and 3rd. Okay, but you
Yeah.
can get married in
So-
prison. You can get married in prison. My guess is
Yeah,
that
I mean-
my guess is that your mother was
Mom
not
was a
super
hoe?
eager to put a ring
Oh,
on it
that's a
because
blues
she
song?
felt like he was irresponsible, right? So
And that may
and that's
be,
understandable. That's understandable, but that's also what made her want to have
Yeah,
sex
I
with
mean,
him. He was a.
and
It sounds to
again,
me like a charismatic guy,
I
right?
mean,
Well, yeah, I mean,
he's
she-
getting
Yeah,
laid everywhere
yeah,
on
yeah.
from
He's
coast
as
to coast.
charismatic
He's
as a
getting
guy you
pussy.
can't read
So
is, you know, like I mean, he's as charismatic as a guy you can't read because he can't read. But
tons
here's
of
the thing, right?
charismatic people can read. Jesus Christ may not have been. Well, no, he could read. But
You don't have to know how to read after
We're gonna compare this man to Jesus Christ. Okay, all right.
17 kids.
No, yeah. I'm just saying, like,
he's got to figure out
Facts.
where the hole is.
Facts.
Where is the hole?
yeah. So, like, my thing is that, like, I again, my respect for my dad goes towards his growth, right? Because ultimately, he didn't start off in a good place, and I see like that, like some of the shit was out of his control, right? And I can respect that, but like
Yeah, yeah,
also
yeah.
for all the things that he did do, like me personally, I don't respect the gang life. I was never one for
But he
that
doesn't
shit.
either. He doesn't either.
Well, yeah, obviously, yeah, he doesn't.
Okay,
either.
so-
my thing is though, like if you don't respect something, right? Why are you doing it? You know what I mean? And I have that. And here's the thing: I had the criticism from my mom, like, why were you with this guy? Why did you make this mistake like 8 times? Because ultimately, like I told my mom, like, you know, this
Right.
is a really shitty like decision.
She's a
Like,
hoe.
There's the answer there. She is a hoe. Your mom is a hoe. Anyway.
Well, I don't think
She's
she's
a hoe.
I don't think she's a hoe. I just think.
Well,
that
I mean,
an
We'll
idiot.
take this to a vote. Who thinks his mother is a hoe? Say aye.
I'm saying, I think
Your
my mom-
mother is.
I think my mom.
I think your mother has a lot of positive qualities,
Yeah,
but
yeah,
like,
yeah.
it just seems to me like, well, you would say like, I mean, don't I want my kids?
Hang on. No,
why,
I have.
Why wouldn't she lock it down? And the reason is because she knows she treats him like a boy, and you don't want to get married to a boy. Okay, but then don't get pregnant by a boy either, right? Because you can't have it both ways.
Oh, wait, I have I have a question for you, just really quick. Do you think that your resentment towards your dad is fueled by the fact that you feel like he left you in a position where you had to be the dad? In other words, if you had none of your siblings living with you and you were able to live your own free life, and your mother never parentified you and made you like their secondary dad because she couldn't keep him around, do you think you'd be as angry? Yeah, go ahead.
So my resentment for my dad comes from just his decision to continue to have kids. And the same thing with my mom. It's just the fact that my mom was there and he wasn't.
Decision to have kids with these other baby mamas, these other women. You know, instead of spending time with the kids he currently had. No. He's just going to set up other franchises. You know, go around. I guess it's crazy. Like that's what you would call it, like a deadbeat dad. You know, like a sperm donor sort of dad right there. I mean that's not a winning quality. At all there. Man.
You know, Ben is more of a poop donor.
A poop donor? Yeah. For sure.
Wasn't that I have an issue with, but it's the fact that he continues to do what he does and doesn't try to like rectify it in any meaningful way. Me personally, I did all of the like dad growth that I needed to do through myself. Like I had to do all that through myself. So the only growth I'm going to get from my dad, I really do believe this. The only growth I'm going to get from my dad is learning how to forgive him for everything. And so here's the other thing, right? Mm-hmm. So my mom didn't just make me like she didn't just decide that I was going to be the parental figure, right? What happened was when I was 5 years old, my younger sister was lit on fire, right? A guy lit her on fire in front of me.
What?
Whoa.
Yeah. Well, that's a crazy story.
So
a random guy, like at a park,
he
or
was
what?
Like, I think he was like.
Bro, what the hell is going on with your family?
I think he was like 14. It was 4th of July. She was 2. I was 5. And yeah, a guy lit her on fire with a sparkler.
Well, you mean a 14-year-old lit her on fire with a sparkler? Okay. You mean burned her?
This guy, did he know you, or he just walked over?
I think he was like an.
He was like a what?
I think he crashed for a moment. I think he's out for a moment.
Yeah. We can't hear you.
Getting lit, bro, what? Like,
maybe he's being lit on fire right now.
What could possibly be the context of this story? A guy...
It sounds like 4th of July. It sounds like maybe she was burned a little bit. I don't know about lit on fire like totally, but what?
A random guy at a 4th of July party walked over from the neighborhood and lit his 2-year-old sister on fire? What?
Here's an idea. He might be lying.
I was just thinking that, but I don't think so. I don't think so. I really don't think
so. That's too creative.
That's,
why would he lie about that too?
Yeah, like what's the point? What would be the point? Just a random troll?
Yeah.
Welcome to the internet.
Yeah, guys, sorry, my mom got cut.
Oh wait, guys, but while he's out, can we all agree? I don't know if you all saw him, but he's got an eyebrow piercing, a septum piercing, and something else.
Oh, I hate those nose piercings. I hate them so much. I cannot stand them.
I don't think he's gotten over his daddy issues. I'm just saying as a female.
No shit, he hasn't gone over his daddy issues. No shit. And he's not going to either. Doesn't sound like he wants to. It sounds like his dad is a real piece of shit. Hey, no fap.
Yeah?
Hey, how's your relationship with your dad?
He passed away a long time ago. It was pretty good.
It was good. It was good.
Yeah.
That's good. That's good to hear. Yeah. I mean, and the reason why it was good is because I take it that he was around you, right? Maybe spent time with you.
Yeah.
That's good. And that's what I think what kids want is their dad to be around and be involved. You know, not going around and hoeing around with these other women and make more babies, you know? That's going to be a real busy dad.
Yeah.
Anyway.
As a female, a man with facial piercings, especially in the eyebrow and a septum, looks kind of gay. Like he's got kind of problems. Just saying.
Super gay.
Just
Super
saying.
gay.
I'm not seeing like a totally healthy hetero guy here.
What's the debate? Like, what are you guys saying?
He's
gay.
Basically, at this point.
Yeah, I think it does increase the likelihood of being gay. Okay.
I'm not saying he's necessarily gay, but he has. Let's just say issues with masculinity. I would say.
Oh, I mean,
That's a better way of putting it.
I mean, you could just define masculinity one way, and then it doesn't include your.
He takes it up ass once a month.
It's just trivially not masculine. Who cares? But like,
No,
what do you
the
guys
pig ring
talking about?
thing is gay even for women. When a guy has that, it's
Did
like,
he leave?
what the fuck is going
Fuck, he
on?
left. Maybe he'll come. Hopefully he'll
But
come
what are you
back.
guys talking about, like more broadly?
No, okay. So cool guy Jeff, me and my dad were hosting this room, and
That's your dad?
yeah, and
You're on
we
Discord with
were.
your dad? That's just weird, dude.
It's pretty lit, isn't it? We were trying to sell people the daddy pill, which is the idea that basically a lot of modern people's issues in their life comes back to whether they have fundamental problems connecting with their biological father, especially for women, but also for men. And people don't realize it, and they go to therapy, and they go to psychotherapy, and they try to do all these things. They have bad relationships, and they can't figure out what their problem is. And our
Well, that's
theory
obviously
is that
true. Now,
it
who
leads
disagrees with
back to
that?
your father, not your mother, but your father.
Wait, I mean, that's obviously true. Like, daddy issues cause psychological problems, right? But so do mommy issues. I think mommy issues are probably even worse. Like, if you have a mom that doesn't love you as a personality disorder, I think that people turn.
Grace could relate to that. Grace is probably.
Go
ahead.
I wonder how much Ben misses sleeping with his dad. Like he talks about like daddy time, like it's the best thing in the world. I wonder if he like misses like those years when he like was sleeping in his dad's bed and humping his leg and shit. Like were those like the golden years for Ben?
To completion, by the way. Yeah. So yeah. So that's Ben's relationship with his dad. Now, it's very unorthodox. It's not what people are thinking, right? When you're thinking like having a good bond with your dad, you're not thinking sleeping with them in the same bed and humping their leg to completion. You're probably thinking, play catch, play ball out in the front yard, play, baseball, just catch, I guess Ben's idea of that was like catching his dad's balls, like in his face.
Yeah, I wonder what age
I don't know.
he actually sleeping with his dad, because like John told us like these stories about like Ben and he said, I shouldn't say exactly what John said, but he said that like they were all gay together.
Okay.
Like Ben, his brothers and his dad.
And in case Ben does listen to this for some reason, no, I'm just joking around, Ben. Like, I seriously would like to have that one-on-one talk about fatherhood and motherhood. You can grill me about my dad. I grill you about your dad. To me, it'd be like more of like a Joe Rogan sort of style conversation. I'll just be here chilling, smoking a cigar, just asking questions, man. And we just go wherever the conversation takes it. I think that would be cool. I'll see. I'm going to see if I can reach out to Ben to get that set up. I've been talking about that for weeks now. I don't think it'll ever happen, but
No. Maybe. If you get Ava on here, maybe he'll do that.
Oh, but Ava's looking for gotcha questions. I'm not looking for gotcha questions. I'm just asking. Like I am just asking. If something comes up, it comes up. Okay? And we just take care of it then and there. Okay? That's my approach on that. Anyway.
Turn out way worse off.
Well, I think the difference.
Who would disagree with what?
Yeah.
Who would disagree with what you said there? Like, nobody.
Oh, a lot of people disagree with that. Oh, welcome back. A lot of people disagree with that. No, they say like, no, my dad. No, Jeff. A lot of people say my parents, like, yeah, they were okay people, but they don't really have much to do with my life. They don't realize that, like, fundamentally, most of their problems can be traced back to their parents, and most fundamentally, their relationship with their father.
Problems? I mean, like, look, there are obviously going to be people that have okay parents, but their problems aren't related to their parents. Like, what are you even saying?
I think
yeah, sure. There are those situations that happen. Yeah.
I think in almost every case, most people's problems lead back to their relationship with their father in one way or another.
Well, most problems for most people. Most problems for most
Okay, wait, Valtava, we were in the middle of your 2-year-old sister getting lit on fire by a random 14-year-old. Can you explain that story, please?
I'm just like, what you said was an empirical claim. How do you know that? Like, what's your reasoning to believe that?
It's a theory. It's a theory, but give me one example of a person having
And I have a
problems
theory
that,
that I think frogs
wouldn't
cause
go
all
back to your
psychological
fundamental
problems.
relationship with your father. What do you
Okay,
say?
but I have a theory that all frogs cause all psychological problems. Like, there's no reason to believe it, so who cares? You can have a theory about anything. Like, why do you believe it?
Shut up, troll faggot.
Juice, don't say the F slur. Juice, don't say the F slur.
I think that was Juice.
Actually, Jeff is actually kind of qualified to speak on this. Would you take it seriously?
Yeah, like, why is your theory true?
Well,
I don't
because
get it. Like, is it just
okay.
intuition?
Because for women, a woman's like main function in life is to relate to a man in terms of like getting a husband. And if she doesn't have a good relationship with her father, she will have an eternal series of bad relationships with men, which is the most important thing in a woman's life, right?
Granted.
And
I have an example right here. I'll just say, my wife did not have the best relationship with her dad, for reasons. I'll say right now, currently the relationship is a lot better. But I mean, she met me, and I mean, it was like our first serious relationship, and it's still lasting. You know, we have kids. Okay.
Yeah, Ben's logic is always horse shit.
Yeah. Now, of course, I did tell her that, like, I did say that, because, you know, she would talk to me about stuff. And I would say that, well, I mean, you have to make a choice of one point, like, you know, as time goes on and things continue, it's like, do you not let it go, but do you, like, learn to live on with the stuff that happened? Because you can't change what happened in the past. But like obviously he's still around because, you know, there's other kids and stuff and the family gatherings and stuff, you know, and it's a Mexican family, so it's a pretty big family, and there's a lot of different little pockets of drama, honestly. So it's like, do you let that hinder you and haunt you, or do you learn to live on with it? You know?
I think Grace is kind of projecting because, like, for Grace, like, all of her problems actually are coming from Ben. You know, she's not a normal person. She lives this weird life, but, like, for her, it's actually true. Like, all of her problems are being caused by Ben.
Of course, that's how we see it, absolutely, and I agree with you there. Of course, Grace would see it, would say, no, her issues come from her mom, because Ben has made it.
Well,
you know,
no, she was just saying that, like, all her problems come from her relationship with her dad, like, just a couple minutes ago.
Oh.
But yeah, she would probably change that one question.
Yeah, for sure, especially if she were to ever bring it up to her dad, it would be a whole spiel about how, like, really it's your mom and not me, you know, stuff like that. So every now and then you get a little bit of a Grace slip.
Yeah, a lot of her comments, like, could be taken as, like, stealth complaining about Ben or, like, dry snitching on him.
Yeah, probably.
Like, she'll complain
absolutely,
about
absolutely. It's the product of a mind that's at war with itself. You know.
Yeah, like, she'll complain about how much she hates limp dick gay men, like, right next to Ben.
And he's a limp dick gay dude. All right, let's see what else happens. We were getting closer to the part where they get banned.
And for men, the most important thing is dealing with masculinity and learning how to be men. And if they don't have a good role model with their dad, or they don't learn that from him, they don't have that connection, then they will also have an endless series of bad relationships and struggling with masculinity. So I think that's a reasonable theory.
Listen, that's granted. All that's granted. The question I'm asking you is, how do you know that most or all of these psychological problems are related to those type of dynamics? I'm not denying those dynamics are obviously true. Who would deny that? But you're
a lot of people would deny that. A lot of people would deny that.
Okay, well, that's crazy. They're just retards, okay? But I'm not denying that. And I'm asking you why you think that most or all problems are related to daddy issues. That's the question.
I mean, it's a theory, but it's just, we've talked to a lot of people, and it tends to always go back to that.
You come from your parents. Obviously,
it's the most fundamental relationship in your life, so therefore it's reasonable to think that your problems could stem from that.
The whole, let's be hold on, cool guy, because maybe I can shed some light on this. I think what they're saying is that if your parents don't set you up correctly, right, you're going to make bad calls. You're going to make bad calls, and it's going to be because you weren't set up properly, right? Like if you're programming like internally, if your internal programming is like fucked up from the start, you're gonna make bad calls. You're gonna act, you're not gonna behave properly.
But you can get out of them. But you can get out of that.
Yeah, sure, you can. So I think that's kind of what they're saying is that if your parents don't set you up for success, you're going to have a much harder time to succeed.
Granted, all that's granted, but their claim is much more like profound.
I know, it's much more direct. Much more direct.
Well, it's a specific view of how it gets messed up and then how it can get fixed.
I know, but the claim that you guys are making is that it's most or all the time it's from this pathway. Okay, obviously that pathway exists, and I think she gave kind of an answer. She said she talks to most people, and most times she figures out there's a daddy issue. Okay,
yeah.
I mean, that's at least a little bit reason to believe in the theory. But is this something that's like borne out in the evidence, or is it just kind of like?
Well, if you look at, for example, the Christian religion, it's very easy to see it as simply saying that you need to reconnect with your Father in heaven, which would mean that in some ways the father figure is the most important figure.
Okay, so you're saying that
the father figure is the God in your relationship. That's what he's saying there. Okay.
Psychological problems is because they don't believe in the Christian God.
No. I mean, I'm just saying that it is borne out in the dominant religion on earth that connecting with the Father. I'm just saying that's just some evidence, but no one has to believe in the daddy pill. It's just I'm saying it works. It works. It works.
Yeah, but like your daughter said, it
works so well. That's why Grace is a swimming example of how well it works. Right? It writes itself, man. If Ben ever actually got around to like publishing a book about how to be a good father, that'd be great. Like the irony of that.
That would be the new Bible.
The Daddy Pill by Ben Thorp.
About connection with biological father. So what is it? Is it about God or biological
yes,
father?
But there's a reason that God is called the Father with a capital F. And
Wait, but the God is your biological father, right? Which is it?
Actually, in Catholic theology, in Christian theology, God is more of a father than your biological.
But he's not a biological father, right? But
he's more of a father.
But he's not a biological father.
Well,
right?
he is actually a biological father in the sense that his penetration into creation is what created human
beings. The father
beings.
put his dick in your mom, and then
God the Father created biology, and
well, I'm saying if you want to, like, I put my dick in Grace's mother. Okay,
Grace,
but that's nothing compared to him creating creation. I mean,
Grace, is your dad
he's
drunk?
doing all the work.
Can you like Smith smells breath for me?
So
look, when I say biological father,
cool guy, Jeff. It's fine. It's fine if you go like, I don't really know how this is interesting. Okay, then you're like,
look,
you can say like, okay, I don't know what to tell you if it's not interesting.
By biological father, all I mean is that it's a human being putting his dick inside of a woman or artificially inseminates a woman, and then a child is born. That's what I mean. I'm not saying like who calls
we all agree
We're
with the
talking about
basics of biology, but if you want to say God is not a father, I mean, I
didn't say that. I said I asked you if he's the biological father. The obvious answer is no.
No, the answer is yes. But he's a biological father, but not genitally.
Okay, by biological father, all I mean, and what everybody
God
means,
doesn't have a penis.
What
Yes, okay, but what's the point? What's the point?
When we say who, the point is like, is this about have problems with your biological father or your godfather?
I think God, the Holy Spirit, is a biological father. He impregnated Mary.
That's kind of true. Yeah, that is kind of true.
But Grace's claim was about problems with your biological father.
Right.
And by biological father, we mean the person who was
Someone brought up Mary. I'm Catholic. Where?
In your mom's vagina, and then bore you to animal you. Okay, that's what we mean.
Yeah.
Okay, if that's not what you mean, okay, fine. But just tell me what you're talking about.
Yeah, okay, so you want me to clarify that I don't think that God, the Father, has a penis that he puts inside of women. Yes, I agree with that. But we all know that. So okay.
Then you're talking about.
But he is our biological father. He created all of us and all of creation. So
he created biology.
Voltava's father is a baller in some ways because he's got 16 beautiful kids. Okay, but he pales in comparison with God, who created all of creation, who therefore is seen as a father. So
that's a really weird way.
I do think.
Wait, that dude works security and he's on like a Discord. He's on a Discord VC. I just noticed that.
Looks like it.
I know, right? It must be a very maybe he's on break or something. He's not doing a good job making sure that building's secure.
Yeah, I think a lot of those jobs they just sit and do nothing for hours. So
yeah, that is true.
There's a connection, but okay.
I think we're all genetically related to Adam and Eve. I think that's a good thing. I mean, because of human flesh being imperfect, that's a poor comparison to make to God the Father.
What do you mean it's a poor comparison? Wait, you're St. Tony Aquinas, right?
Uh-huh.
Do you know that Thomas Aquinas, you should read about this, that Thomas Aquinas made it very clear that by saying I'm Grace's father, that's actually not, and people think like, oh, we call God the Father, so it's like I'm her father. No, I'm like God is her father. I pale in comparison of his fatherhood. He's more a father than I am. Right?
Well, I call a priest father. Doesn't mean I'm genetically related to him.
I know that, but you don't understand
Amen,
what I'm
man.
saying. Like the analogy, people think we say God, we see God as a father, as an analogy or like a way to understand God, but it's not really very accurate about God because he doesn't have a penis, etc. But it's actually the backwards of it. She calls me a father, or you call a priest a father, as a pale instance of, because we have a tiny little sliver of the fatherhood of God the Father. So I'm just saying, it's hard to see that, but like that's really important to understand.
God the Father.
I thought Ben was going to say he has a tiny little chode.
I thought he was going to say that too. But on the topic of God the Father, I mean, the sort of father that God is. Oh, man, I got to be careful here. Yeah, sure. Yeah, God, sure. Creation of all things, sure. Fine. Yeah, but like just letting things play out the way they do for, like, recently the floods in Texas washed away all those girls in the Christian camp there. That doesn't seem very fatherly. But I mean, what I'm saying is like the whole idea like a dad would fail in comparison to like God himself. It's like this might sound like blasphemous what I'm saying here, but I hope I'm actually more involved in my kid's life than God is, and than everyone's life. You know what I'm saying? Like if you look at the grand scope of things, it doesn't really seem like he's really that involved in everyone's life. It's more like just let you guys figure it out. You got 2 books, and there was Jesus, and whatever. Y'all figure it out. That's a horrible way to be a dad.
Are you a Christian?
I am. But obviously I have my my doubts. No.
Yeah, the King James Bible was actually written by Shakespeare. Isn't that crazy?
Is that true?
Yeah, it's actually true.
Huh. Interesting. I'll have to look that up. Anyway, I'll play some more of this.
See what? It doesn't make any sense. What you just said
It does make sense. It does make sense. In other words, I only participate a little bit in fatherhood. It's my fatherhood only pales in comparison to God's fatherhood of grace. And I know that's hard to wrap your brain around, but it does. You can't just say.
Making emphasis on words doesn't do anything. Like you're saying the same thing, but you're just emphasizing different words now. That doesn't make any sense.
No, because I think most people understand. Like they say, like, oh, we're talking about God, but we'll just use this idea. He's a father, but he's as much a mother as he is a father. He's neither male nor female. But like, no, that's wrong.
No, God's a male. God is a male.
What?
Well, God in his
Only
interactions
Christians
with
understand this.
God in his interactions with mankind has a masculine quality in the economy of salvation. God goes out from himself. He doesn't receive, right? He's not receptive like a woman would be. So it's not arbitrary. They just roll the dice and say God is a father. No. In our relationship with him, he's a father, and we receive him. When you kneel down and you open yourself to the Holy Spirit, you are acting like a bitch, right? You are saying like, I want my soul to be like a vagina that receives and is penetrated by God. And I'm sorry if you don't like that. I'm sorry if you don't like that imagery, but it is the imagery of
that's why the church
Catholic
is the bride of Christ. I mean, this is perfect theology.
Okay. We need hold on. We need one at a
People are
time.
not ready for it.
We need one at a time.
Thank you.
Jason, you wanted to say something? Go ahead, Jason.
You're just no, please, God, please no. I'm appealing to my God right now.
All right, here's the deal. We've gotten a lot of complaints about the 2 of you within the server due to whatever the situation is. I really don't care what it is. Can you guys just keep it strictly on like politics and religion if you're here to argue and not talk about whatever the fuck is going on?
It's been all.
Whoa. We've been receiving lots of complaints about you guys. You're not going to be allowed to be here in this server anymore. Please keep it down.
only politics and only religion.
That's other people who.
We're not
wrote that
talking
in.
about
That's
our
other
personal
people.
stuff at all. Nope. Yeah, we're good with that.
I can attest to that. I've been here for like an hour and a half, and it has been 90% politics and religion.
Yeah, it's been mostly politics.
And
and religion. I can say that.
psychology, if that's okay.
Yeah.
No, see, the reason why I played it from that far, so you get some context, a lot of it's been about like daddy issues. Now, this past like 10 minutes, we've been talking about like the God being the father, like the best father, right? I should write 2 books. I should no. I should yeah. Somehow one way. No, I should tell things to my neighbor, have him write the book, and then I give that to my kids, and then I leave, and if they ever complain, be like, what happened? How come you're not around anymore? It's like, I gave you the books. You got it. You can figure it out. You can call me, and I can help you understand my logic there, and all that. I'm just messing.
Yeah. I mean, people make fun of like the Mormon story with like the golden plates as well, but like I kind of believe it because apparently that guy was like a treasure hunter who could summon demons to help him find treasure.
Okay, well that I don't believe.
Apparently there was a lot of people who did it back in the day. They would use demons, they would summon demons and use them to find hidden Roman gold that was buried. It was an actual profession. His father did it.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, like the effects of the if you consider like socioeconomics, the politics, then yeah, that's politics, right?
Yeah.
Well,
no, it's all been streamed, so you can go back and watch it. It's all been politics and religion.
That's fair. I just want to be clear.
No problem.
I don't care what is going on in their personal life. I really don't care as long as they're here to contribute to the community in a politics and religion way.
We're not trolling. Yes, we're not trolling.
Okay, so it was that guy left. Okay. Did we finish with Voltava? He was the one who was talking about.
This is like a multiple day story, so like we can be done with mine if you want.
Yeah, sure. I would just say, I would just say to you, if you would, want to see it this way, if you kind of redo like all of the history that you've come, like that's gotten you to this point, and try to see it in light of being sympathetic to your father maximally, just as an experiment, and being more critical of your mother. But I get that you're like in a good place.
Listen, let me put it for you like
I
this.
think you may find that your life becomes much easier, and so
let me put it for you like this, right? The criticisms that I have from my dad, I also have from my mom. It's just that my dad wasn't there, which means that I don't have as much positive to give him. So like when you have right 50%, or when you have like 50 bad things and like 1 good thing versus like 50 bad things and 50 good things, it's kind of like I can't give him as much credit.
No, right? So your big thing is your daddy wasn't there for me, right? But what I'm saying is, maybe daddy wasn't able to live with your mother, and that has nothing to do with him being there for you.
Well, yeah,
Daddy wasn't there because your mom is a hoe.
Okay, I don't know about that, but ultimately, the thing is that like I think I would say I have more issues with my mom, right? I have more issues with my mom than I do my dad because my dad just isn't part of my life. It's not that I have a negative relationship with my dad. I just don't have a relationship with my dad.
Yeah,
so
I know what you're saying, but like,
to you on the phone.
if you had like say 10 things and 9 or 5 are positive about your mom, 5, even you have 100 things about your mom, you'd have the same view. It would just be, if you know what I'm saying, that's how it works. If you're like 50-50 on both of them, it wouldn't matter. It wouldn't matter if your dad had died. You would have 50-50. It doesn't matter. You're trying to say that it's because you spend more time with your mother that you have more data and therefore you're more sympathetic with her. But actually, that wouldn't be true. It depends how you're interpreting the data. You're more sympathetic with your mother because in your mind, she was there for you and daddy wasn't there for you. And what I'm saying is, I wonder whether daddy couldn't be there for you because your mother treated him like a child and didn't respect him. And he got sick of it. And I actually think that is what happened.
Well, wait, but it's not like his...
Ben knows more about that dude's life than that dude knows about his own life.
Yeah.
Yeah,
always.
Ben is the expert.
Dad moved out. His dad kept going to jail, to prison. That's different.
Well, eventually he left.
So here's the thing, right? Like ultimately, like I respect the man I am today. I think I've done a lot of good growth. And I gotta say, if my dad, who like thought it was cool to like fuck 16-year-olds and gangbang and shit. I think if he was in my life, I'd be a worse off man. I'd be a more pathetic man.
But could you be wrong about that? Because I've seen you. You've got a nose ring. Your hair is messy, and you got a pretty shitty job. I'm not sure. You could.
I guess that's proof that Ben did not have a good relationship with his dad, because Ben is here. He does not have a good job. He does not have a job at all. His hair is messy. His shirt's dirty. He bangs his daughter. You know, I guess proof is right there.
Could say, well, you know, that's pretty good. There's a lot of positivity there. But could you be wrong? Could it be that you'd be a much better man if you were closer with your dad? That's all I'm saying.
I work. Let's just be clear. I work as a DoD contractor, right? I work as a DoD contractor.
Oh yeah, that's a good job.
Yeah. I get paid a pretty good amount.
Right,
Okay, but
what I'm saying is, like, I'm not trying to throw shade on
earring
I'm not trying to throw shade on you, but like, okay, you say if I had a closer relationship with my dad, I'd have a worse life. Could you be wrong about that?
I absolutely could be, but what I do know is like what I have is the data that I have now. I'm a good man now, which is all I need. You know, like again, I think the most.
What I'm saying is, let me put it to you this way: you're able to contact your dad, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so if you sent him a bunch of text messages that are really supportive of him, why would you not do that?
Hey, Father, I know it's been a while since I talked to you. I hope you're doing well with all the gang banging and the drug slinging. I hope you're doing great with that. I thank you so much for teaching my sibling how to steal credit cards. It was great. Like stuff like that. Is that a good start?
Buddy. Oh, hey, is the air conditioner out? Hold on.
Gee, that's beautiful, man.
It doesn't mean you have to like say he's a great guy in every way, but if you said like, I really admire that you've been part of my life, I really admire that you are part of your kids' lives, I really kind of understand how mom seemed to have treated you like a child, may have treated you like in a way that you couldn't take it, and that really had nothing to do with me, and to the extent that I've been sort of angry with you, I'm wrong. What's the harm of doing that?
Well, because like if he doesn't believe that he's wrong, maybe he feels justified having certain feelings towards that.
But I said things with him. He's open to it, like that his mom did kind of treat his dad like a child.
Yeah, sorry about that. I'm back. So yeah, I mean, here's the thing, right? Ultimately, I'm pretty proud of the man I've become. I'm in shape. I work hard. I do all the things that a man's supposed to. Yeah, I got a nose piercing and shit. Don't judge a book by its cover, though.
Why'd you get a nose piercing?
You know,
I will absolutely judge you by your pig nose piercing. Fucking faggot.
No.
Oh no. Oh, that's not going to be good. You get the F slip, and that Karen is still in there. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, Banhammer's coming.
I'm sorry.
Okay. You don't have time. I'm going to serve you for a couple minutes.
I can speculate, right? I can speculate what would have happened if my dad was in my life, right? I could. Or I could get the fuck over it. I could get over it. I could forgive the guy and keep it pushing.
But why are you so sure that he shouldn't forgive you? And that you should forgive him.
Kid. I have no obligations to the man. When you bring a child into your life, that kid has no obligations to you.
Really? You don't owe your father respect?
I mean, this is just gas.
Respect is earned, man. Respect is earned. Absolutely.
Oh, no, respectfully.
Yeah,
I give people respect.
Ben showed a lot of respect to his dad when he was humping his leg.
Right.
Think I should.
I'm gaslighting him.
Ultimately, I don't owe anybody anything.
Yeah, you kidding me?
What does that mean? Do you know what the definition of the word gaslighting is?
Yeah, I do. So the way that you're doing it, you're saying like, look, you're expressing this point of view about how a dynamic is, and you're saying, well, maybe you should doubt that. Maybe you should like doubt the way that you're perceiving this interaction, and maybe like your feelings, negative feelings, just
how's that gaslighting? I'm just suggesting that maybe he has something wrong. Yeah.
I mean, I think
no
what Ben is trying to do is offer a different perspective.
Well, I mean, that's like saying, like, to an atheist, you should consider Christianity, and then the atheist going, "You're gaslighting me." It's not. The term is not gaslighting.
No, I'm telling you why. Look, the reason why it's gaslighting is because you have no reason to believe the way that he laid out the dynamic is false, or that.
Yes, I do, because he conceded many of the points when I asked him questions. He conceded the points. Obviously, if he wants to control the narrative, I only know what he's telling me. So
okay, so what did he concede? I didn't hear
what am I? I'm just suggesting that maybe he's reading this through a certain lens that it may not add up as well as another way of reading it.
here's the thing.
Well, I mean, when I've heard him talk, all I heard him say is that, like, look, his dad treated him in a certain way, it was wrong, blah blah blah, and he's like, kind of, he forgave, but he's over it, right? Like, it sounded like to me that you were doubting that he like read the situation properly.
Right. Yes.
Right? I mean,
Yes,
what
that's
evidence-
he
what
was
evidence do
doubting
you have
that.
for
Yeah, and I think that is very understandable that happens. I think it happens a lot, but I don't think that that's gaslighting. What the fuck?
Before everybody talks for me, real quick. Before everybody talks for me, real quick. Let me just be clear on how I view this, right? So that there's no like misconceptions, right?
Yeah, please.
I do not care why somebody's not in my life, right? As a parent, you don't have the right to not be in your kid's life. You do everything you can to be.
All right, let's
right?
take
Hold
that.
on,
Let's take that one. Let's take that one.
Hold on, let me finish.
Go ahead.
Let me just finish so there's no misconceptions. So, so right, as a parent, right, there's no acceptable reason. Doesn't matter if the sun is in between you and your kid, you get to your kid, and if you fail to do that, you fail to do that.
Okay,
right?
can I give you? Wait. Okay, can we just stop right there
understand
instead of the whole speech? What if the mother of your kids has taken a restraining order out against you based on a lie? Are you supposed to remain in communication with your kids at that point?
Because that example right there is their example, their life.
Did you know that Ben actually asked Courtney to file that restraining order?
I did not know that.
Yeah, he thought that he could get her in trouble for it by like claiming that she lied on the request.
Huh. Well.
Yeah.
That doesn't work. That did not work.
No, yeah, I pointed out to him how stupid of a plan that was because it would just be his word against hers, and he's like, "Oh fuck, I made a mistake and just dropped it."
He was already okay with going to prison. He could have broke that.
Can you answer this? Can you just answer
Just
the question?
hypothetically, not related to you or us.
If one parent doesn't have to be a mother,
Not related to you, yes. Not related to us, that's a lie.
But like if a parent makes it like that you're going to go to jail if you communicate with your kids, or even so much as text them, are you supposed to go to jail?
No, that would be a good reason to not go to jail. Yeah, but look, I thought this guy was supposed to clear up his view. Are you doubting that you feel that your dad did something wrong to you? Are you doubting that?
Me? Oh,
yeah, you.
I'm saying it doesn't matter why my dad wasn't in my life. He wasn't in my life, and that's okay. I'm okay with that now.
Well, but you're not okay with it. You just said, come hell or high water, a parent must be in their child's life.
Are you
And
doubting,
now you say you don't
Are you
care.
doubting that your dad? Are you doubting that your dad did something wrong?
My dad did do something. He did do something.
Okay, great. So he's not doubting. So he didn't contradict himself. That's why I think it's gaslighting.
No, I'm not doing the gaslighting thing. Cool guy, Jeff.
Yeah, we're not doing that.
It's enough.
Oh, there we go.
Oh. Banned. Kicked out. Uh-oh. Now I caught that in real time. Now, let's see if they appeal. Let's see if they try to get back in there.
Here we go.
What happened?
We got banned.
We did.
That's right, Fed Up, said the girl. Everyone's going to jail. Everyone who's ever been anti-ban is going to jail. We've been reported to the FBI. I haven't been called yet. Not yet.
You did? From what?
I think so. From politics and religion. Let's see, what did we get banned for? You were banned. Pedo grooming, talking about incest with his daughter on camera together using slurs in VC.
Well, y'all have done that in previous Discord VCs. So their reputation precedes them and the stuff they get into. Because, like, okay, all right. And the slurs, yeah.
Well,
Man, I feel sad for Grace.
So.
See, the devil. I mean, come on. No one could possibly argue.
I mean, all of that was streamed. Well, there we go.
What I'm guessing here is they've been like VC hopping in this server for a while, right? For the past couple of streams, really. And I've been paying attention to them. I've been streaming them too. And yeah, they did get into their history.
Yeah, so, I think I was in that server with Ben in a few voice chats.
Yeah. So like, there was one where they figured out who the Thorps are. Grace even shared the Kiwi Farms link and all that. And then that just sort of builds up. What I'm thinking here is the moderation for this server was like, what? And was kind of, I guess, sitting on it, trying to figure out what to do, kind of looking at the situation, and then they just finally made a decision. You know, kind of a slow burn thing. Okay.
Well, you could just say none of that is true.
Yeah, but it's not like we're detained. Let me see. What are the commands? Oh, no.
They're not detained.
Let me.
Am I being detained?
Let's see. Let's ask Grodark. Grodark, can you please help me? I got banned from PNR.
He's not in PNR, is he?
Yes, he is. He's like mainly in PNR. Screenshot. I was hosting my own room, and it was all streamed. I didn't do any of this, and when people
They
said
do get
slurs, I
do they get back in there? They start.
Can you help me appeal?
Looks like they do.
Or something.
Or they go somewhere.
Oh well.
Oh.
Rip.
They got banned
Rip.
from Discord. The Discord
Yeah.
server there.
Well, what was interesting is it went from one person to two people to pretty much a full VC.
It was.
It was a full VC for sure. They knew who you guys were. They were listening. Okay. And that kind of brings us to the end here. I thought it was a pretty good stream. I liked it. 20 viewers, 12 likes. Well, that's kind of par for the course for me. Yeah, I thought it was pretty good. I think a lot of it was, well, honestly, no fap. A lot of people had questions about your situation. That did happen. We did talk quite a bit there, and you know, like the reality of that is the truth will come out. You know, people are just, you know, they've. I guess some people may have their doubts. You know.
Yeah, I think even people who like don't have doubts, they're still gonna like try to lie out of spite and shit. It's just it is what it is.
Okay, I would say this: if I give you any advice, is just be honest. If you say you're being honest now, though, right? Are you?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, if people do find the receipts, will that change things?
I mean, the court records are posted. I mean, they say case dismissed.
Okay. Well, if it is like that, how you describe it, then you have nothing to worry about.
Yeah. I mean, the case is over. I mean, I'm gonna have stalkers kind of like, you know, slandering me no matter what I do. Oh well.
Yeah,
Whatever.
and of course, there's going to be the jokes, there's going to be the comments, things like that, until it dies down, you know. But it may not ever die down. It might just be that lingering joke that just kind of comes up, you know. It's like Mr. Snake Man for snaking the Dymo and all this guys or people call me Mr. Boring Me. I haven't heard that one in a while. Yeah, really, Mr. Snake Man or Mr. Baby Man, the baby.
Oh,
thing.
the Boco Pico thing as well. People say that you like
that's
cartoon.
Yeah, but that's when I learned not to do what chat asks you to do. Anyway, yeah.
Who was it that asked you to watch that?
I don't remember. I was very drunk. In fact, all those streams, I was drunker than I think I've ever really been. I was jobless, and I was just drinking a lot on stream, like a crazy amount. All right. So anyway, it will blow over. Okay. Well, with that said, I hope you guys enjoyed this stream, and yeah, y'all take it easy.
Thanks for having me on. Have a good one.
No problem. You too, man.
Bye.